excited to go, that is for sure. Nelsonville-York traveling over the hill to take on the Trimble Tomcats here in week 1. I mean, we've had one circled on the calendar all summer long. Both of these squads have had this one circled on the calendar all season long. Both coaches have talked about that a lot. We'll hear from them a little later on in our pregame show. But Tad, what are you looking for in tonight's ball game, week 1? I mean, we're getting started, man. What do you look for?
And Daniel, this is honestly one that's served every season. The tradition of the hill, battle over the hill, whatever you want to call it. This is basically for bragging rights, as Coach Richards talks about and Coach Ferris talk about every year. This doesn't really affect their rankings in their divisions of the TVC Ohio and TVC Hockey. It could potentially have playoff implications down the road, but more than anything, it's bragging rights. Especially if you're a senior on this field tonight, you do not want to lose this game. You do not want to be, for your last rivalry game against Nelsonville-York or against Trimble, you do not want that to be a loss. And so there's a lot on the line here tonight for both teams. And, of course, it definitely helps it basically sets everything up for the rest of the season, right? And so I expect tonight to be a competitive game. It's week 1, Daniel. Anytime you have a week 1 game, it's happening throughout the state tonight, Friday night. They're strange, man. Strange things. When I coached, you could always guarantee week 1 there will be strange things that are going to happen that you would never expect really at any point in the season. You're going to have mistakes. You're going to have turnovers. You're going to have penalties. It's just the nature of the game as kids adjust to the speed that they're not typically used to. A Friday night speed's way different than a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday practice speed.
Hey, there's no doubt about that. Couldn't have said better myself. It's a cross-TVC matchup. Nelsonville-York from the TVC Ohio, Trimble from the TVC Hawking, and we almost forgot to mention this is a very special edition of Week 1 football. This evening we are simulcasting this game on a live stream feed, the Nelsonville live stream feed, and we're here on the radio. For those of you tuned in on Rock 105, we appreciate you immensely. But this one's going to be fun. A nice simulcast for y'all.
There's quite a bit of media here in this press box. It's a jam-packed, and there's a good reason for it, and that's because this is the Athens County game tonight. That's happening right here between Nelsonville-York and the Trimble Tomcats. And big shout out to our partner Total Media, who we're pairing up and teaming up with at least for tonight for tonight's action. And so real quick, we'll give a shout out to those live stream sponsors. And of course, the live stream, Nelsonville-York live stream, is presented by McFadden Insurance. A shout out to Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Ridge, First National Bank, the Gym Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, Hudova, and the Lodge at Hocking College. And we'll give a shout out to our sponsors for the radio side of things here in a little bit. But go ahead, Daniel. Yeah,
so Nelsonville-York, the road team here this evening. Just a little background. They finished the regular season last year 8-2, 6-0 in the TVC Ohio. It was their 6th TVC Ohio title under now 10th year head coach Rusty Richards. It was the 26th in school history. So they're looking to start off 1-0 here once again. They took down Trimble last year. That was in Bookdale. Now, a key note is, if you're erring on the side of history for this matchup tonight, Trimble has not lost to Nelsonville-York on their home field since 2017.
All right.
Head coach Rusty Richards talked about that. When we talk with him, that is coming up next, right here on Rock 105.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our additional sponsors, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Century Farm Market, Ocking Valley Motors, and David White Services.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Athens County football.
At a time. Earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
First Bank is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by our branch on Stimson Avenue and talk to Beth, Mark, or Greg. Merchants National Bank, a real community bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. You're listening to the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Athens County High School Football Game of the Week on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ.
Welcome back live from Gloucester. We just heard from the head coach of the Tomcats, Phil Ferris, as they prepare to get this one underway. We're about 13 minutes out from kickoff. Daniel Barnard alongside Tad Steinbrink. And Tad, we were talking a little bit before we went to commercial in the interview there. We apologize if there was any technical issues coming out over the radio, but just to refresh your memory, last year, the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes in the regular season, 8-2 overall, 6-0 in TVC Ohio play. That was good enough for a TVC Ohio title. It was the 6th TVC Ohio title under head coach Rusty Richards. It was their 26th in school history. They 5-1 at home, 3-1 on the road, and on average, Tad, they outscored opponents 33-12. That defense was stout for the Buckeyes last year. I expect much year.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I fully expect the Buckeyes to be highly competitive this season. And, leading to, you hate to look all the way as far into the future, but Week 10, you think about Week 10, I expect the Buckeyes to be right there competing for the TVC Ohio and going into that game against what looked like a pretty daggone good Bulldogs team on Week 10. It's going to come down to that, I believe, right? And now there's a lot of football we played in between, including tonight, this rivalry game. And so let's just sit back and enjoy it while it's happening right now.
Yeah, I was on WTH calling Athens games last year. That game was no joke. That 10 game for the TBC Ohio title was a good one. 19-14, the final score. Nelsonville-York with a touchdown to win it. Looking at their schedule so far this year, the first 2 weeks are going to be the exact same as last year. Trimble and Logan to get it started this year instead of at home against those teams. They're going to be on the road here in Gloucester tonight at Logan. Next week, then they'll take on Bull Grove for their first home game of the year in Week 3. We take a step over to Trimble, and we look at Tomcats last year, 6-4 in the regular season, 2-2 in the TVC hockey. They were not able to take home that title, but they're looking to change their fortunes this year. They lost 21-14 to Nelsonville-York last year, but like we talked about earlier, Tad, they haven't lost to Nelsonville-York here in Gloucester since 2017. A very, very strong team at home here against the Buckeyes, but a little bit of a difference in their team here this year at one of the most important, if not the most important positions in football. They have a new quarterback, and it's not a new quarterback to Trimble. It's a new quarterback to the sport. Paul Sharp making his first career start as a quarterback tonight for the Tomcats. This is obviously, like I said, his first game as a QB, he was a wide receiver and running back for Trimble in his first 3 years. As a Tomcat, he's dealt with some injuries his sophomore and junior year, some non-football related injuries, but we'll get to see him for the first time at QB here this evening. We're going to step aside here from Gloucester, and when we come back, we will be that much closer to football on Pure Rock 105.
Whenever you want.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourselves at a time. Dependence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
kickoff. Both teams on the field and ready to go. Nelsonville-York, orange helmets, all whites on top and bottom. Trimble in the red helmets, gray jerseys, and red pants. They will be kicking from right to left towards the baseball field here at Trimble's home field. The Buckeyes will get the football first. We'll have to wait to see new quarterback Paul Sharp for the Tomcats take his first snap in Phil Ferris's offense. Tad, we're excited to get this one going. The sun is just over those, or just almost over those trees in front of us. And we will make do with what we got. The kick is away and the season is underway. Week 1 has begun. The kick taken up to about the 27-yard line before the Buckeyes are slowed up, and that is where Cameron Sullivan and this Buckeye offense will take over. 11:55 to go in the opening quarter. It's here. Week 1, we can exhale. Football season is upon us as the Buckeyes take the football. Looks like they're going to spot it at about the 26, 27-yard line.
This is interesting. Coach Richards is going old school. He's kind of pulling a Trimble here. He's coming out in a wishbone offense, a la Trimble usually. Almost every set they're in wishbone. And so Coach Richards is paying homage to his former coach, as also head coach playing, as well as he coached with I'm having a brain cramp. Well, Coach Ferris. He coached with Coach Ferris, many years before taking the helm at Nelsonville-York, and so it's kind of fun, kind of interesting in a way. Here they are lined up in a wishbone, which is traditional Trimble Tomcat offense.
Wishbone, no wide receivers on the field. We're still waiting to get going. Not sure what the issue is over on the Nelsonville-York sideline. Maybe just trying to get the sticks aligned correctly. I mean, we're trying to work out all the kinks. We're trying to work out the kinks technically. They're trying to work out the kinks on the field. We're just getting going here in 2025. Nelsonville-York's offense on the field before we get the first snap underway. And it's Cameron Sullivan under center. Austin Gaudier in the backfield. And here we go. Sullivan now they're going to break out into a split out. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Sullivan alone in the backfield. Man in motion, left to right, snap is taken. Sullivan's going to keep himself, bouncing to the left side. He gets across the 30, a pickup of about 5 on 1st and 10. Clock running, 11:45 to go. Second down and 5 coming up.
Coach Richards lines up in the wishbone, just spreads it all the way out, 5 receivers wide, and just runs up the quarterback inside a zone, it looked like, and for some positive yards there for Sullivan.
Officially 6 on the go. It is 7 down and 4. Sullivan standing in the backfield. He's got running back behind him. Gives Gaudier, and he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Big time stop from Trimble on defense right there. That looked like Colby Phelps, the freshman, getting his first tackle as a Tomcat.
Nice job of reading the keys there, Phelps, and shooting the gap and making a nice tackle. A very good running back. Pretty impressive for a freshman.
So now 3rd down 4, just over a minute into this one. 2 to the left, Sullivan under center. He takes the snap, fakes the give, rolls out to his right. Looking deep, and swallowed up in the backfield and taken down. A 3-and-out for Nelsonville-York. If they elect to punt, which I imagine they would, it's going to be a loss of about 4 or 5 on the play. Give it 4, 4th down and 8 coming up.
Yeah, just a tremendous start for the Tomcats. Could have scripted even better. Getting it for 3 and out, getting the ball back quickly to their offense so they can play some control, and they can control the ball and play the clock. Danny, we talked a little bit about this in pregame. Some of us missed technical issues. But on paper, I think Nelsonville-York is favored in this game. But again, you can throw all that out the window when it comes to rivalries like this.
Well, punt is away. Luke Osborne on the receiving end fields and takes it up to just past the 35-yard line. They'll give him about the 36, 37. That is where Paul Sharp and the Trimble Tomcats will take over. Paul Sharp, one of the big storylines coming into this one. His first game as a quarterback. Never played in Little League, never played so far in high school. He is a senior. He is playing football for this Tomcats team, just traditionally a wide receiver type, wide receiver or running back. Now moved into the quarterback position with vacancy there. And it is a traditional wishbone type of offense for the Tomcats. No wide receivers on the field like we talked about just a moment ago. Sharp is under center with 3 behind him in backfield. He takes the snap. He's going to give to the running back, bouncing through the middle. Nice pickup on first down from running back.
We saw that quite a bit in the Jamboree game that Ethan Sargent and I were able to go. You know, that's traditional wishbone offense for Coach Fitch and the Tomcats. And an off-tackle, smash mouth football. I'm not surprised that that's what they come out here, and I expect to see a lot of it tonight.
Trevor going in the backfield. He's to the left. Luke Osborne also back there to the right. Paul Sharp under center once again. Skin down in 4, 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Sharp takes the snap. He's going to give. That's Osborne, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Taken down there. We'll see if he got back to the line of scrimmage. He did. He actually got one. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Line to gain the 47.
You hate to say that 3rd down and short this early in the game is crucial or important, but in a way I do think it's important here because the Tomcats want to keep the momentum going and get a couple first downs here and something they can do and keep the ball in their hands, keep the ball out of that potent Nelsonville-York Buckeyes offense.
We've seen 2 run plays so far. We're going to see a lot of it tonight from Trimble as they line up in the same exact formation, the wishbone. Sharp takes the snap. He's going to give to Osborne. Osborne up across the line to gain. That's enough for a first down. He just got enough, Tad.
Just enough. And that's a great start for the Tomcats. They're 3 and out for the Buckeyes and 3 runs, smash mouth, get that first down, and continue to move the ball.
This game for Trimble on offense is going to be one of those keep-away type of football games. Grind it out, run that clock down, but try to put points on the board, obviously, as well. 4 minutes already off the clock in this one. Trimble with the football. They made a stop on defense. 3 and out went the Buckeyes. And now Trimble trying to put together a nice little drive. They've gotten the first down already. Sharp takes the snap. He's going to give. That's going across midfield into Buckeye territory. He's taken down at the 47-yard line. Give him about 5.
And again, Coach Ferris and the Tomcats, they're perfectly fine picking up 4 yards a carry. If they can get that every carry, they'll just continue to do it. They're not going to change anything that they're doing as long as they're getting positive yards like that.
Until Rusty Richard Buckeyes are able to stop it, they're going to keep going to it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
That's the old saying. And now as Paul Sharp and Trimble look over to the sideline to get the call, now they step up to line of scrimmage. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Ball on the 47. Sharp takes the snap. He's going to give to Osborne. Osborne yanked down the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 3rd down and medium here in the game's first quarter. See where they spotted it. Well, they might giving him a yard there. Spotted on the 46. It'll be 3rd down and 4 instead of what I thought to be 3rd down and 6 or 7.
Christian Bobo in there got some good penetration, was able to stop the runner in the backfield. A host of other Buckeyes were around the ball carrier as well.
And now another 3rd down here for the Tomcats. They're 1 for 1 so far tonight. It's It's been 5 straight running plays to get the ball game going. Like we said, we're going to see a lot of it tonight. Sharp, under center, takes the snap, hands to Going, bouncing off tackles. Going has the first down. I mean, he must have bounced off 4 or 5 Buckeyes before getting across the line to gain. But got there, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's a first down, move the sticks.
Yeah, he was even hit in the backfield right before he could even get some momentum moving, but he was able to shed that tackle and breaking up 1 or 2 more and get the first down, as you said, Daniel.
Ball spotted on the 41-yard line. First down and 10, 5:45 to go. Here in the opening quarter, we are scoreless in Gloucester. The Buckeyes started with the football, went 3 and out. Now Trimble putting together a little bit of a drive. 2 first downs for him so far. And like we talked about, they are just winding this clock as much as they can. The play clock already down to 10 seconds, 5.5 minutes to go. As Sharp, under center, takes the snap. He's going to give to Going once again, or that's Osborne, excuse me. And he will be taken down a few yards past the line of scrimmage. A respectable gain on first down, 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7.
Buckeyes just can continue to try to shed blocks there up front. Coach Ferris talked to them. We're going to take a break. It looks like we're sure.
We've got an official's timeout on the field. Maybe a little bit of an injury, possibly. Paul Sharp is over on the sideline, and he looks like he is wincing a little bit in pain. That is big if you are a Tomcats fan. Not sure exactly what it is that's going on, but he appears to be, for the most part, okay. And like I said, not exactly sure. We'll step aside here on WSTQ.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for your dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Receiver or the point guard making the perfect pass. It feels good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Shauna Stump is here in Athens to help you select the right protection at the right price. Shauna will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Shauna Stump, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call Shauna when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Coming back one play late, it's third down and 6 now from the Buckeyes 37-yard line. Trimble trying to continue this nice drive that they've started here to start the ball game. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in a scoreless ball game in the first quarter. Trimble in that wishbone offense. Again, it's 3 in the backfield, Going and Osborne side by side. Sharp under center, takes the snap, fakes the pitch, and now he keeps it himself, moves upfield just about to the line to gain. We'll see where they officially spot it. A little trickery right there from the Tomcats.
And Sharp reversed out. It was a reverse out option play, and he basically turned it up because it was wide open. He had a huge gap to run it through. Nice looking play, and we didn't really get a chance a whole lot, you and I, to talk about Paul Sharp in the pregame. Here's a player who's a senior, who's never played quarterback before, who's being asked to step into that position and take over a squad that traditionally is playoff bound. So it's certainly a task for Sharp, no doubt.
We haven't seen him throw it yet, but it's been working for him. 4th down and short. He's going to keep it himself. Did he get enough? There are flags on the field. Clock is blown dead. We'll see where they officially spot it. We'll check on the flags. It looked like Paul Sharp kept it himself there. Now we'll head down to the field to check out the laundry. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
And we talked about this. Yeah, looks like
It's going to go on the Tomcats. That'll back them up. It'll be a repeat of fourth down. And they're going to get back up to the 37-yard line. The line gain the 31, so a 5-yard penalty. It'll be fourth down and 6.
Ethan Sargent and I talked about this in the Jamboree game. For the Tomcats to be successful this year, they're going to have to stay consistent offensively, and part of that consistency is avoiding turnovers, avoiding mistakes like that. It's going to put them in a fourth down and 6 instead of fourth down and 1.
So now we'll see what Phil Ferris and the Tomcats try to bust out here on fourth down and 6. We've only seen rushing plays so far. The Wishbone offense still out there on the field. And they're set to go for it. See Nelsonville-York stacking the box. They've got 4 up there on the line of scrimmage right now with 4 linebackers behind. And another flag on the field. Looks like a delay of game. Just back them up a little more. And I think they're going to send the punt team out. So they will back it up to the 42-yard line. And it is now fourth down and 11. Clock is still running. It's with 150.
Not sure. They may. You're right, Daniel. They do have the punt team out there.
With 1:56 to go, we are 10 minutes into this one, still scoreless. Got to imagine that Nelsonville-York offense is just itching to get back onto the field and move the ball down the field. So, punt team is out for Trimble. No one's really back deep for Nelsonville-York. In fact, the furthest back Buckeye is going to be Holden Hodgson. The punt is away. It's a high end-over-end punt that lands at about the 15, and it is downed there by Luke Osborne. So a net gain of 27 on the punt, and Nelsonville-York will take back over officially the 16. So is a net gain of 26. Now Cameron Sullivan and company back out onto the field. They're looking to speed this one up through the air, I imagine. We'll see what Rusty Richards has coming out in this second drive, but one of their big identities is running between the tackles for Nelsonville-York. Coach Richards talked about that with us pregame. And now both teams are headed off to the sideline. We have another timeout on the field.
Let's take a break with them, Daniel.
Let's do it. We'll be right back on Pure Rock 105.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our additional sponsors, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Century Farm Market, Hocking Valley Motors, and David White Services.
Welcome back. We are a couple plays into the Buckeyes' second offensive drive.
These officials aren't taking much time between the breaks. They're kind of rushing things a little bit on us, and so we're trying to get back out of the commercials. Usually, week one, these officials take a little bit more time, but they're moving right along.
They're not giving us much of a chance up here. It's 3rd down and 1, clock under a minute here in this first quarter. I formation for the Buckeyes. They're going to hand to the fullback. I believe that's Dakota Cunningham, and he's going to pick up the first down. It is Cunningham with 36 seconds to go. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Buckeyes. That's their first down of the year.
Yep. And so, obviously more successful than the first drive offensively, and now they're heading in the right direction. It looks like they got both receivers split out for this one.
I formation. Sullivan takes the snap, hands to the left side. Gaudier is going to be swallowed up in the backfield. Finally goes down, surrounded by the 5 Tomcats. And that is going to do it here in this first quarter. A scoreless first quarter from Gloucester as the final seconds tick away 0-0. When we come back.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Recovered a fumble, the first play of the break here in the second quarter. Cameron Sullivan tried to hand to Austin Gaudier, and they mishandled the give, and Trimble was right there to fall on it. Now in great field position. They are in the red zone with 11:54 to go here in the first half. Paul Sharp and company back out on the field for the second time this evening, trying to put our first points aboard. Sharp under center, has got 3 in the backfield. He's going to hand, that's Osborne. Osborne trying to bounce it to the right side and be dragged down inside the 20 at about the 16-yard line before it's all said and done.
What a huge turn of events there. Again, these officials are not taking any time in between, but we do have to have sponsors, ads play. But folks, that was a huge turnover, huge point early in the game. The Tomcats are showing that they definitely belong on the field with the Buckeyes tonight. And the Buckeyes defense better be ready to answer, because the Tomcats are coming out strong. Again, continuing to run off tackle here to start this series.
It's not a matter of whether it's going to be a run or pass. It's just a matter of, are you going to go right or left for the Tomcats? 2nd down and 6, 11 minutes to go. Paul Sharp under center. He takes the snap, hands to Osborne. Osborne trying to go to the left side, and he is swallowed up by 5 or 6 Buckeyes in the backfield with him. A strong play for the Buckeyes defense now forces a 3rd down and 7. And you're in that territory on the field where it would pay to have a kicker.
Yeah, well, and the time I was, trying to pay a little bit of attention to the special teams in the pregame, and the Tomcat kicking game might struggle a little bit this year. We'll see, but yeah, you're Daniel. This is a 3rd down and long. I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't 2-down territory at this point for the Tomcats.
I would say it's almost definitely 2-down territory here. A field goal from here would be about 34, 35 yards. And with 10 minutes to go, the Tomcats are back on the football. Sharp takes the snap, the give to... No, he's going to keep, tries to hurdle over the line and gets slammed down in the backfield. That did not go planned for Mr. Sharp.
Yeah, that was designed QB counter, I do believe. It did designed to me. And just didn't open up for Sharp. And the Buckeyes of reading their keys.
The fake was to Luke Osborne. Sharp ended up trying to spin back out to his left. And tried to hurdle over about 3 Buckeyes. That one's not going to go too well for him. Tonight, now it's 4th down and 8. And the offense is staying out on the field. They do have a couple of receivers out to the right now. First time tonight. 2 backfield, still 2 to the right side. Sharp takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looking. He's going to throw towards the end zone. It is caught.
Yep.
Inside the 10-yard on the first pass of Paul Sharp's career is complete for a 1st down on 4th down.
The ball that kind of floated a little bit on Sharp, but was actually advantageous because the receiver was able to come back. The cornerback and the safety, I believe, for the Buckeyes, they just took them a minute to find the ball, and by that time, the receiver had come back and caught it.
It is now 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line. The Tomcats are threatening big time here in the game's 2nd quarter. 8:4 to go. Sharp back under center, back into the wishbone formation. Osborne to the right, going to the left. It's going to go to Osborne. Osborne trying to work back to the right side where he will get forward for a couple up to the 4-yard line. A gain of 2 on 1st and goal. Just under 8.5 to go. 2nd down and goal coming up. Tomcats desperately trying to get into the end zone for the game's first points.
And so this is obviously a huge situation for the Tomcats. If they could put this 6 on the board right here, they set themselves up well for the rest of this half and the rest of the game.
A QB sneak kind of falls forward.
He had a touchdown, but he jumped over his back of center's leg. It was really wasn't a Buckeye that tackled him, like he tripped over his own center's leg. There was a gap there to pick up 3 or 4 yards, at least a touchdown, or perhaps a touchdown, I should say.
But he gets 2 more, gets halfway to the goal line. Now it's going to be 3rd down from the 2. This was like a must-score possession for Trimble. You get the ball inside the red zone to start the possession. You pick up a huge 4th down through the air. Paul Sharp's first ever passing attempt. And now you're down to the 2 on 3rd down. 7 minutes to go. And yeah, a timeout is called by Trimble. So they're first of the half. It'll stop the clock at 7:07. They'll talk it over before this 3rd down.
With Daniel.
Looking for beef that's truly farm fresh.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our additional sponsors, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Century Farm Market, Ocking Valley Motors, and David White Services.
Welcome in our listeners on WXTQ Pure Rock 105. We apologize. We've been having some technical difficulties getting on the radio, but we have been given the signal that we are on. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Trimble is up 6-0, and here comes a 2-point conversion. A give to the right side, pushing to the goal line, and in is Trevor Goen. It is now 8-0 Trimble on their second offensive drive of the season. They find pay dirt.
Yeah, and for those who are joining us on XTQ now, this has been an interesting game to say the least, Daniel. You have the starts out, Buckeyes go 3 and out. Trimble gets the ball. They have a nice little drive. Some penalties. Buckeyes get the ball back. They have a turnover deep in their own territory to start the second quarter, and the Tomcats are able to take it and turn it into points. And the Tomcats have been controlling the ball. They've been controlling really the whole game so far. And they did get the 2-point conversion, right?
Yes, they did. It is 8-0.
Being up 8-0 now, this is certainly going to be interesting to see how this plays out for the rest of the game. Again, Daniel, most folks probably going into this game wouldn't expect this to be the score at this point. I think most had Nelsonville-York favored, but as we've talked about, as we've pointed out, you pointed out, it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen in a rivalry game.
It's week one.
Strange, crazy things always happen in a week one, including technology that goes crazy.
Yeah.
And
now relax. We're on. We're good to go. We are all good here. Technicality-wise, we are simulcasting this game for you folks over on WXQ. We have a live stream feed, the Nelsonville-York live stream presented by McFadden Insurance. We are on the radio and we are on video. The kick is away for Trimble. It is fielded by Nelsonville-York's Walker Stone. He's going to get it up across the 30-yard line. And let's see where they officially spot it. Looks like about the 37-yard line where Nelsonville-York will take over. They've had the ball twice so far. The first time, it did not go according to plan. 3 and out. The second time, it did not go according to plan. A fumbled handoff that set Trimble up in a really good field position that eventually led to the touchdown score by Luke Osborne. So it's 8-0, 6:56 to go here in the first half. Trimble on top. Nelsonville-York back out onto the field. Clean handoff. There goes Gautier across the 50. He somersaults his way down to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 18 and a first down for Nelsonville-York.
And there was a case there where it just opened wide open for Gautier. And this is what we expected from the Buckeyes offense, is this kind of movement. And I expect them to stick to this run here for a little while.
2 wide receivers out wide, 1 to each side. A fake handoff. The flip goes to Gautier. He's up across the 35, down inside the 30. Another pickup of 18 for the Buckeyes with 6.5 minutes to go. Oh, give them 22 on the pickup. A little further than I had thought. They're down to the 23.
Great little reverse out there. by Sullivan, and just a simple little option play to the right-hand side and picked up quite a few yards.
Sullivan takes the snap on 1st and 10. Hit in the backfield, bounces off a tackle as Gaudier, now finally taken down. And I was right the first time. That ball was spotted at the 28-yard line. He gets it inside the 25 now, so it'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 24.
The Tomcats have done a nice job so far defensively, but the Buckeyes are certainly picking up here offensively right here. And again, for those of you now joining us on XTQ, it is 8-0 the Tomcats here late in the second quarter.
Pitch out to the left side.
Here he goes up the sidelines.
There goes Walker Stone down the left sideline. He is in for the touchdown. What a quick answer for the Buckeyes.
A great job on the edge there with the block, and tremendous work here trying to, again, answer the Tomcats there with their score. The Buckeyes do a great job. Coach Richards here on this offensive series really sticking to the run. I don't think there was a single pass in that entire series.
There was not.
Yeah, and, leaning on those seniors and juniors in the backfield to get this touchdown. So here they're going to go for the tie, I believe.
We had the first 2 plays of the drive were both 18-yard pickups for Austin Gaudier. Then he got 4, proceeded to get stuffed, and then the pitch out to the left to Walker Stone. He took it up for a 24-yard touchdown. Now the 2-point conversion try goes to Stone again. He is in again, and we have a tie ball game once again after what was about 20 minutes of no scoring. We've got 16 points on the board in the last 2 minutes.
Yep, and we're going to go ahead and take a break here. During the break, again, this is Pure Rock 105 WXDQ, Athens County Game of the Week.
The Uptown Clinic powered by Holzer is located at 5 North Court Street in Athens. Nurse practitioner Amy Ward and staff provide walk-in urgent care services, on-site lab testing, primary care services, and much more. If you're on your way to work, class, or back home and need care, stop by the Holzer Uptown Clinic, conveniently located for Ohio University students, staff, and families. That's the Holzer Uptown Clinic at 5 North Court Street in Athens.
Start your day right at Pizza Stop Through in Albany, your new go-to spot for breakfast and lunch. From hot, tasty breakfast sandwiches to delicious lunch specials, they've got something for every craving. Swing by their brand new drive-thru, stocked with
.36 to go in the first half. Nelsonville-York, fresh off of tying this ball game up, boots it away, and the kick is going to go through the back of the end zone after a couple bounces in play. Paul Sharp and Luke Osborne don't want anything to do with it. They will start on the 20-yard line. Coming off a scoring drive for each side now. How will Trimble respond to the 8 points put up on them? They were able to keep this game low scoring and keep that clock moving for what was the first, give it about 18 minutes or so. And now here in the last minute and a half, 16 points have been put up on the board. Now Paul Sharp and company back out onto the field, wishbone formation. 1 directly behind, 2 behind that, 3 in the backfield in total. The give is going to go to Osborne. From the right to the left he goes, gets it up about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6, spotted at the 24-yard line.
And again, this is a situation where the Tomcats are a little bit deeper in their own territory here. They want to put together a few first downs, try to flip the field at first, and then, obviously try to, as always, try to score. But it's important that the Tomcats continue to do what they were doing throughout really this whole half, and that is control the game, control the football.
We have seen 2 sides that have tried to begin forming their identity as run-heavy squads. Tad, we've only seen 1 ball put in the air this whole game, and it was on 4th down from Paul Sharp. A completed pass in traffic. Now here on 2nd down and 6, they give to the tailback for about 1. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Big third down here for both teams. Buckeyes, again, they want to maintain this momentum that they've been able to regain after that touchdown. And if they can get a 3-and-out here with just about 4 minutes left in the half, they have an opportunity to perhaps go into the half with the lead.
That was Trevor Goen on the carry for 1 on second down. Now with 4:10 to go, the Tomcats back up onto the football, spotted at the 25. The line to gain is the 30. Paul Sharp under center. He's got Goen to his left, Osborne to his right. Fake give to Goen. The rollout pass is caught, but he's well short of the sticks. That pass was caught by Bradley Cahoe.
Again, really good situation now for the Buckeyes. They're going to have an opportunity here to get the ball back with probably around 3:10 left or so, and which is enough time, certainly, for this Buckeye offense to make this something special here going into the half.
There are 48 minutes in a high school football game, and Nelsonville-York was certainly thinking that mindset early on when they couldn't get anything going in the first quarter. They couldn't get anything going for the first half of the second quarter, but now they've kind of started to find their footing. We'll see if they can continue that momentum. The punt is away, and it's a good one. A spiral punt. Flip the field, why don't you? The ball's going to roll down inside the 20. It'll be downed at the 18-yard line by Paul Sharp. That was
impressive.
A very strong punt. Over 50 yards when it's all said and done. Close to 60.
Now, that does put the Buckeyes in a situation where, if you're Coach Richards, that you might think a little bit about being somewhat cautious deep in your own territory. You certainly don't want to. They had a turnover already deep in their own territory that led to a Tomcat score, and you certainly don't want to do that again. We got a officials timeout here for maybe water break or something along those lines. They were kind of rushing the game earlier in the game, and we were having to rush through some ads along with dealing with some technical issues. But Daniel, let's just recap what we've seen so far. To be honest with you, buddy, I'm not surprised at all. I've seen this rivalry happening year after year for decades, and especially I'd say in the last 20 years, this seems to be more the norm. It's always competitive. You never know what's going to happen. It usually boils down to simple things like turnovers and a few penalties here and there, and that decides the fate of the game.
Hey, you're not kidding. I mean, it started as a slow, but I guess you can say fast-paced game if you're looking at the clock. The clock's been running the whole time. The score's tighter now. It's 8-8. Nelsonville-York, their first two possessions were awful, just to put it simply. A 3-and-out on their first possession of the game, and then their second possession, a fumble lost. Trimble, they got a couple first downs on their opening possession, ended up having to punt it away. Their second possession was the one that they started in the red zone because of that fumble that they recovered. They were able to get into the end zone for the first points of the season. So that's kind of where we stand right now with 3:01 to go here in the opening half. Sullivan takes the snap. It's a reverse over to Grant Elliott. He's up the right sideline before tiptoeing out of bounds. Looks like he's got enough for a Buckeyes first down. Sullivan took that snap, kind of pitched it out to Elliott, reversing field from left to right. And up the right sideline he went for 15 yards. 2:52 to go here in the opening half.
Excellent job there, converting the first down, trying to get, obviously some momentum going here into the second half. Going into the halftime, I should say. And so let's see if the Buckeyes can turn this into something really special.
Sullivan, a fake give, then the toss out wide to Gaudier. To the left side he goes, trying to bounce off of tackles.
They called him out of bounds. Yeah, Gaudier, he dropped the ball, but he must have stepped out right before that last runner hit him.
We heard the screams of fumble. We heard the screams of ball on the ground. But it did look like Gaudier picked it back up. It didn't look like a Tomcat fell on it. But, yeah, he did step out before losing that football again. It was the mishandled handoff between Gaudier and Sullivan that led to the first fumble. I keep two hands on the football here. Second down and 3. Sullivan rolling out to the right. The pass is caught. Enough for the first down.
Cunningham,
that is
he's
Dakota
going.
Cunningham.
Oh,
he's still
nice.
on his feet
Yeah.
down inside the 35-yard line in Tomcats territory. His Buckeyes crowd is starting to feel it, as are the players on the field. 2.5 minutes to go. And Nelsonville-York is moving the football just as we expected they would coming into this one.
Yeah, and I'm having a little trouble seeing the Tomcats uniforms, but I think it may have been Colby Fouts there, the freshman who was able to save a touchdown there as coming from the safety position.
Sullivan takes the snap. He's going to give to Gaudier. Gaudier still on his feet, trips up inside the 25-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 9 on the first down handoff. 2nd down and 1 coming up. We are at the 2-minute mark here in this first half. No 2-minute warning in high school. The clock keeps running, but 2 minutes to go.
Yeah. Osborne just got a shoestring tackle there again. The Buckeyes are just very close to breaking a long one here.
2 out wide, 1 to each side for the Buckeyes. Give goes to Gaudier on 2nd down and 1. The ball is out again, and the Tomcats have fallen on it. The second fumble of the ball game, and now they are pleading with the refs that they fell on it and that the ball maybe was out. And it is Tomcat football. The second fumble of the day for Austin Gaudier.
Caleb Morris for the Buckeyes actually came up with the football, but I think it had already been decided that the Tomcats had it, and then he kind of maybe grabbed it out of their hands as they were getting up. But again, just another huge turnover. Yeah, I think that's Gaudier's second turnover, isn't it, Daniel?
It depends on who you give the fumble to on the first one,
That's
because
true.
it was a mishandled handoff.
Yeah.
Between Sullivan and Gaudier. I would
the officials
imagine
are talking this over.
They are talking this over. They're huddled at the 18-yard line. And now the Tomcats offense is going to come off the field and have a conversation with the coaching staff. But we will see. It is Tomcats football officially. Our head referee signaling first down for Trimble. Yeah, ball security, I'm sure, is going to be a big talking point in practice next week for Rusty Richards and the Nelsonville-York coaching staff. But right now we got 1:39 to go here in the second quarter of a tied ball game, and Trimble has the football. They've got a long field ahead of them, 82 yards to go. And I imagine they might just try to run this clock down before half, see if they can break off a big chunk of yards.
Yeah, Coach Ferris is going to be smart here and be conservative. You know, continue to just run off tackle. They weren't set there. Surprised they didn't get a flag on that one.
A first down handoff goes to the tailback, Luke Osborne. He is up to about the 20, and we're going to get a timeout called by Rusty Richards and the Buckeyes. So Buckeyes aren't satisfied, and rightfully so. It's been an ugly first half for them on offense, but they're trying everything they can to get the ball back in their hands and get some more points on the board before this half is over. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
I'm not surprised at all what Coach Ferris is doing here with, running the ball. If you had asked Daniel in your interview, Coach Ferris, if I told you the score is going to be 8-8 going into halftime, Coach Ferris says he would have said, "Give me that all day long, man. Give that to me all day long," because Coach Ferris knows that this Buckeyes team is a veteran team, a good team, a team that's likely going to compete for the TVC Ohio Championship, and he's doing exactly what the Tomcats need to do here in this game, taking advantage of turnovers, controlling the football, and doing things the Tomcat way.
He's putting his guys in a good position to be successful here early on in this ball game. 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd down and 8 for Trimble. Ball spotted on their own 20-yard line. That wishbone offense that we've seen all game long is what they're in now. It's a guy behind the quarterback, 2 more behind him, so 3 total in the backfield. Snap, and the give is going to go to Goen. Goen trying to work towards the right side, and he is swallowed up by 3 Buckeyes at the 21-yard line. Another timeout called by Rusty Richards.
Yeah, this is a situation where Coach Ferris is really wanting to make sure, and I'm sure he's talking to his running backs here, ball security, right? Take care of that football. The Buckeyes want to try to get that ball back right now, and they're grabbing at it and pulling at it, and so they want to make sure they hang on to that football right now. They definitely don't want to turn it over deep in their own territory and give the Buckeyes another opportunity perhaps to score before the half.
They officially give him a couple of more yards on that second down handoff. 3rd down and 6 coming up from the 22, both sides on the sideline. We are in the middle of a timeout, obviously, like we said. Nelsonville-York called their second in as many plays. I believe they still have one remaining.
I think so, too.
A minute 19 to go. 8-8 is our score. It's a good time to remind you that Nelsonville-York live stream presented by McFadden Insurance sponsors. It's brought to you by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick's Station, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, Qdoba, and the Lodge at Hocking College. We want to give a big shout out to each of our sponsors for making this live stream possible here this evening. Week 1 of Friday night football in high school is underway. 8-8 the score. Now the 3rd down give and blown up.
Timeout.
In the backfield is Trevor Goen, and that is a quick 3 and out for the Tomcats. They were able to force the fumble, took about 20 seconds off the clock, and now they're going to have to give it back to Cameron Sullivan and the Buckeyes.
Yeah, well, we got a second here, Daniel. Again, we are simulcasting this with WXTQ, and so big shout-out to our XTQ sponsors, the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Athens County Game of the Week. Of course, Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Tri-County Career Center, Shauna Stump State Farm, McFadden Insurance, Big Rack Feeds, Holzer Health Systems, Stop and Cop, Integrated Services, Donato's, Wendy's, Qdoba, Southern Ohio Sanitation, Pizza Stop Through, C&G Cattle, Steak and Shake, Elite Medical Aesthetics, Merchants National Bank, Doug's Carryout and Grocery, who present our Lineman of the Week, and Sikorsky's Home Plate. And, of course, Tri-County Career Center also presents our Player of the Game, which we'll be announcing toward the end. And right now, it's kind of a tough choice, Daniel. I'm going to leave that all up to you, buddy.
Well, I appreciate you giving me the hard work of the night. Minute 13 to go as it stands in the second quarter. The punt team is on the field for Trimble. They've been strong tonight. The punt is away once again. Another spiraled punt that's going to get across midfield, fielded inside the 40, and one man is going to miss on the return man up to about the 47-yard line.
That was Hodgson.
Yeah, that was Holden Hodgson on the return for the Buckeyes. So they will start in their own territory at the 47-yard line with 1 minute and 1 second on the clock.
The Buckeyes, again, as you said, Daniel, only 1 minute left here on the clock, and so, but they are in pretty good field position, close to the 50. They have an opportunity here, but they're going to have to move it quickly. I expect them to put the ball in the air here the rest of the half.
Wide receiver out wide to the left and right. 2 in the backfield. Sullivan takes the snap, and the play is going to be blown dead. Flag on the field. We're going to get a false start on the Buckeyes. Back them up 5. It'll be 1st down and 15 from the 42.
Definitely not the way you want to start it out here if you're trying to score before the half.
So Nelsonville backed up just a little bit. It was a first play pass look for the Buckeyes. Sullivan was looking out to his right side. The pass was completed, but obviously the play blown dead, so we'll do it again.
And we've not really had an opportunity to talk much about Cameron Sullivan. Again, a returning junior. He started as a sophomore quarterback last year, and so he's coming back with all that experience, and I would certainly anticipate him to have a really solid year. They haven't aired the ball out much this half. Of course, Trimble's controlled much of the clock so far, but this is certainly an opportunity for Cameron Sullivan to show off his arm and perhaps at least get the Buckeyes maybe in field goal range before the half.
Now, obviously, the teams have practiced all summer together, so there's that form of familiarity. But this being the first game action, real game action for these two squads, Landon Inman not out on the field for the Buckeyes. He graduated last spring, so New for Sullivan out there with receivers, but this next play is underway, and it's a screen pass caught by Walker Stone. He takes it all the way up across midfield inside the 40. A big pickup and a first down on 1st and 15 for the Buckeyes.
They swung Gaudier out the opposite way and kind of faked the screen to him and then slipped it up underneath there to Stone. Really nicely designed play there by Coach Richards.
5 out wide, nobody in the backfield. Empty set for the Buckeyes on 1st and 10. A quick pass out wide to the right. That is caught. That is Levi Snedden. Snedden, are they going to say his knee was down?
Yep, they're going to need to rush up and get a play ran. Clock's still running.
We're under 25 seconds. We're at 20 seconds to go. The ball's on the 37-yard line here for the Buckeyes. They lost a couple yards. Clock's still ticking before the snap. Sullivan finally takes it. He's going to pitch it up the middle, and Walker Stone has it, trying to make a man miss. Spin move down inside.
He was able to get
25.
the first down to stop the clock, and so only 3 seconds left here, Daniel. They're definitely got to spike it quickly. They are in, I think, field goal range.
We'll see if they can get it off. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the half is over. We are headed to halftime here in Gloucester. The Tomcats defense, well, they might have given up some yards, but they bended and they did not break before the half.
They the officials spotted the ball and they started running the clock before the chain gang had been set. But you don't have to wait for the chain gang to be set. The ball just has to be set. And I think maybe the players, the Buckeyes, weren't quite ready to snap the ball. I think there was enough time to get the snap off and spike it, but they weren't ready for it, and so we go to the half.
We will head to the half on WXTQ. A tie ball game through 2 quarters, 8-8. Our score in the battle over the hill. Nelsonville-York and Trimble all knotted at halftime.
And we're going to go. We're going to head right into the halftime break. Have a listen to Marty Bannister, who is going to be our halftime host here throughout the season. And so, folks, enjoy.
Welcome back to the intermission of the game you are listening to tonight on Total Media Sports. This is High School Football Tonight. I'm Marty Bannister. Of course, it's a busy time with fall sports underway all across the state of Ohio, and of course, football draws the majority of the attention. Earlier this week, I had a chance to sit down with the executive director of the OHSAA, Doug Ute, and get his thoughts on the start of the fall sports season and the
Farm Agent Shauna Stump, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call Shauna when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Discover your future at Tri-County Career Center, where students earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like nursing, HVAC, networking, and welding. Dive into a learning experience that equips you with the job-focused skills needed to succeed in the workforce, the military, or college. Whether you're eyeing our 2-year programs or adult courses, you too can boost your earning potential. Take the first step today. Call 800-637-6508 or visit us at tricountyhightech.com. Tri-County proudly supports all student athletes.
Since 1963, Donato's was built on 3 fundamentals: creating a superior product, hiring great people, and adhering to strong principles that promote goodwill in the community. Stop by East State Street and try out their appetizing pizzas, subs, salads, desserts, and beverages with party sizes available. Donato's only uses the freshest of ingredients with no artificial colors in their food. Eat fresh. Every piece is important. Only at Donato's on East State Street in Athens.
Welcome back to the intermission of the game you're listening to this evening on Total Media Sports. This is High School Football Tonight. I'm Marty Bannister. We continue our halftime conversation with OHSA Executive Director Doug. I want to go back to the 16-12 thing for a second. It seemed to me, Doug, that people spent more time focusing on the teams, and there were relatively very few of them that either opted out or got hammered in those first-round games. That seemed to be where all the attention was, instead of Delphos St. John's doing what they did. And I guess that's just the era we live in these days, but I think that was something that was a little bit overlooked in all of this. Those teams that made those runs were kind of overlooked in all this.
Yeah, that's a great point, because there's a group of kids at Milan Edison outside Norwalk who 16 seed beat Bellevue 10 miles away, league rival. 16 beat a 1. What do you think those kids are going to be talking about their 40th year reunion? And but you know, the one thing to keep in mind too is that you had alluded to it a little bit. Up until last year, we only had 1 school opt out, and then last year we had 3, and they just didn't want to play that team that won the state. That they won the state 77-0 for crying out loud, and it was in one division, and so when you look at 920 some games that were played over that time, first round games, and only have 4 teams pull out, I think that is a message. And again, we're going to continue to have those discussions with teams who don't make it and teams who do, because you talk about scores. I think our coaches did a really good job. I will tell you, Jay Sherrick back a few years ago when he was still at Central told me, I'm going to get my first teamers work and hopefully it goes well, and then I'm going to get some kids behind them some work who are going to play in playoff games in the future. And to be honest with you, I think Jay could have won 90-0, and they were 46-6 or something like that. And there's a lot of Jays around Ohio that didn't want to embarrass anybody, and so they didn't run up the scores. And I watch baseball scores, first round softball. I watch basketball scores, and there are more lopsided scores, I think, in those sports than there were in football.
I agree with you 100% on that. Another interesting thing that's happening in the state of Ohio football-wise will be the implementation of flag football coming up next year. And, boy, the excitement level for that is just, I think, off the charts. It's a rapidly growing sport. I mean, heck, it's in the Olympics in a couple of years. But it is really growing by leaps and bounds. I know you're very excited about that.
Yeah, we are, because it's opportunity for kids. And if you talk to kids that are doing it now, young ladies, they're energized. I mean, it is fun to be around. I was in Canton with probably 30 or 40 young ladies who are playing now, and they really have a lot of excitement for it. And I talked to the McKinley girls who talked about being able to play in the stadium that the boys play in. Things like that they think by us pushing this will allow some of those type of things to happen. And we're concerned, Marty, it doesn't interfere with track and softball. What time of the year do we put that in? And I tell folks, Cleveland has 70 or so some teams in that area, and there's not one softball program been cut up there. You just have to work together. Right. And we know, too, in Ohio now with the baseball, softball, and we're talking about girls' flags, so let's talk about softball. It's hard to get games in into April, early May, and so your season's kind of plugged in a little bit because of weather. And so we have a committee of folks to talk about what time of year to put that in, but we hope, I always say this, what's our next bowling? Because bowling started 20-some years ago, very small, and it exploded. It's a great sport for high schoolers now. Girls wrestling had 250 female athletes in Ohio coming out of COVID, and they're over 5,000 now, and pushing us to do another division, in wrestling, girls wrestling, which is absolutely fantastic. And so, there's studies been done around the country of states that do this. That I think it's over 60% of the athletes that do it. That's their sport. We're playing other sports,
right.
And so exciting to see where this goes.
A couple more things as we wrap up. Talking about studies and things along those lines, you went through the expanded divisions last year. You've had a chance now as we get into August. I know you've had a chance over the summer to look back at how those things went. And I think all in all, I think you look back at it, you'd have to say, I thought things went pretty well.
Yeah, they did. The reason we did it was for fairness for our athletes. And Western Brown's a story I use all the time. Western Brown, one of the smallest Division I schools in the state, if not the smallest. They lost in the district finals in girls softball a year ago. This past year, they lost in the state finals, and their coach came up to me and thanked me for expanding, because he said these same girls a year ago lost to Centerville in the district final, and Centerville has double the athletes we have. And so that's a story I think people have to understand there. And then, the challenge for us is, I've said this to our board and our staff and our membership, is we got to do what's right for kids, and logistically we have to figure it out. And one of the lessons we learned last year in basketball is that the football model doesn't work for basketball. We had some great environments around the state, but it didn't. Basketball's a Final Four sport. And so we didn't have this opportunity last year. We do this year to go to Wright State. And so we'll be at Wright State and UD, which are 15 minutes apart, conducting a state tournament, a Final Four type of a format there. And so we're excited about that.
As we wrap it up, always excited, I know, to close out your football season. You referenced Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. That relationship's still very strong, and you're back there in December.
Very strong. Cannot thank Jim Porter, the director of the Hall of Fame, enough to keep us in there. And you find out what other states are doing, where they're playing, and those kind of things. And we're the state with the Hall of Fame. And it's a major league venue that size-wise doesn't feel empty.
And again, my thanks to OHSA Executive Director Doug Ute. We invite you to stay with us. Second half action is coming up with the game you're listening to. This has been High School Football Tonight. I'm Marty Bannister. This is Total Media Sports.
Calling all hunters and outdoor enthusiasts, it's time to gear up for your next adventure with our buy one, get two free sale on select items at the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. That's right, 3 pairs of boots for the price of 1. Whether you're planning for the hunting season, need new hiking boots for the trails, or even a new pair of work boots, we've got you covered. Don't miss out. Stop and see us today at the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come get fully stocked up for any season at the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store.
Roving reporter here. Excuse me, ma'am. I'll give you $14,934,386.83 if you can tell me the best place in town to get pops, chips, candy, sports drinks, and a lot more.
Stop and Cop?
That's right! Stop and Cop drive-through carry-out is the best place to get party stuff. Munchies, all kinds of pops and sodas.
Excuse me?
Candies galore, chips, sports drinks.
Excuse me?
Yes, what is it?
What about my money?
What money?
Something $1 million.
Can't remember how much, huh? Stop and Cop drive-through carry-out, 362 Richland Avenue, Athens. Proud supporter of high school sports.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today at McFadden-insurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Integrated Services is constantly seeking partnerships.
How can I have a meaningful relationship with primary care providers so that we can take care of our shared community of people that need support?
We've grown exponentially, and I really see the next 5 to 10 years being a similar story.
The opportunities are endless.
You're listening to the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Athens County High School Football Game of the Week on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ.
Welcome back. We are 5 minutes away from the beginning of the second half here in Gloucester. Daniel Barnard and Tad Steinbrink with you here for Nelsonville-York and Trimble in Week 1. The battle over the hill, and it has not disappointed yet. Tad, 8-8, our score through 24 minutes of play. What stood out the most to you from this one?
Well, clearly the 2 turnovers for Nelsonville-York is what has made the difference in allowing the Trimble Tomcats to really control the game, play the game the way that they want to play, and that first turnover deep in Nelsonville-York territory led to the only score for the Tomcats. The Buckeyes were able to quickly answer in that very next offensive series. They drove right down the field, basically just ran it right down the field against the Tomcat defense, and were able to score and convert the 2-point conversion for the tie. And so I'm not surprised at all, Daniel, that this game is in this situation. Again, most people would have probably predicted the Buckeyes would win this game and may have the better season, the better team on the field. But tonight, in a rivalry game like this, in week 1, anything can happen, and certainly we're seeing anything happening right now on Gloucester Field.
Oh, we definitely are seeing some crazy things happen, but during that first half and all season long, we have a stat keeper with us, and it's someone very close to you, your brother.
That's right.
You call him the uglier brother.
My uglier brother, JD, yes. He has volunteered to help us out this season, and eventually we're going to get him on the mic too. We're just kind of letting him put his toes in the water, you might say, here a little bit, and experience the wild and craziness it is in the press box on a Friday night. But yeah, he's done an excellent job here and put together, again, these aren't official stats, folks, but this is as good as my ugly brother could put together here, and actually he did a pretty good job. And the first thing that sticks out to me, Daniel, is that the Buckeyes have 174 total yards, which, is okay in a half of football, but the Tomcats only have 53 yards of total offense in the first half. So the Buckeyes have certainly outgained the Tomcats by quite a wide margin. But again, those 2 turnovers for the Buckeyes in critical situations, once deep in their own territory and once going in to drive against the Tomcats there before the half, has really made the difference and allowed this game to be as close as it is. But just real quick, Gaudier has 10 rushes for 62 yards. Walker Stone, 3 rushes for 41 yards, and also the touchdown and 2-point conversion. And so total rushing yards, 17 rushes for 130 yards. You have Cameron Sullivan, who has gone 2 for 2. They've only thrown the ball twice, and he's completed both for 49 yards. The Buckeyes have had a penalty, but again, the 2 turnovers is really the difference. For the Tomcats, Osborne's had 11 rushes for 27 yards and the touchdown for the Tomcats. Paul Sharp at quarterbacks rushed the ball 4 times for just 6 yards. And Gowan has rushed the ball 7 times for 16 and also converted the 2-point conversion. Passing-wise, really, he's, again, 2 for 2. There hasn't been a whole lot of passing in this game. But Paul Sharp, again, stepping into the quarterback role for the first time in his entire career as a senior. He's done a nice job of handling the football, not creating mistakes, and in the 2 attempts that he threw, especially that one near the goal line that was caught around the 1-yard line, was a huge play. And so he's 2 for 2 for 14 yards. Tomcats do have a couple penalties for 10 yards. And again, the Buckeyes are certainly outpacing the Tomcats offensively, but the 2 turnovers has really been the story of the game so far.
Well, we have about a minute until the second half gets underway, but you talked about the total yards, Tad, between each of these sides. Nelsonville-York with about 175, Trimble with about 50, give or take a few yards in there for each team. But I got to imagine that was the message at halftime for head coach Rusty Richards, is that we are outperforming this team. We're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Oh, yeah.
But if we're able, and we're being Nelsonville-York, if they're able to keep control of the football, I think that they should have no problems moving the football in this second half. Let's take a step aside now. Let's look at some scores from around both TVC divisions, TVC Ohio and TVC Hawking in action tonight. Vinton County and Waterford, a blowout in the second quarter. This is the last time we saw, by the way, folks. 36-12 in favor of Waterford in the second quarter. River Valley and Berne Union, we weren't able to find a score on them yet. Miller and Alexander, 15-12 at the half. Alexander in front in that one. Oak Hill at Wellston, tied in the second quarter at 14. Logan at Athens, 21-0 Athens. We move down to the Hawking division. Obviously, we already went over Vinton County and Waterford. Belpre getting it handed to them by Fisher Catholic, 27-0, and that was in the first quarter. So I'm sure that there's been some updates to the score, but last we saw it was 27-0 in the first quarter. Southern is not playing this week, and then we got Eastern and Meigs playing tomorrow in that Hocking and TVC Ohio division, a little cross TVC conference matchup there as well. We got 3 of those this week. This one here tonight, Vinton County and Waterford, and Eastern Meigs and Meigs tomorrow. So a lot of TVC Ohio, TVC Hocking matchups. It's been fun so far out here in Gloucester. A good game to this point. Who will start the season 1-0? That's what we will find out coming up here in the second half of football. 8-8 our score. Third quarter is upon us in Gloucester.
And looking at those scores that you mentioned, Daniel, I'm not surprised at all at the Waterford score, because I fully anticipate Waterford to not only probably win the Hocking division, or at least I would say they're favored, but I would anticipate them going rather deep into the playoffs, and so not overly surprised. I am a little bit surprised at that Alex Miller game. Of course, Miller Falcons had a really good season last year and brought back several of those players from last year's playoff team. And the Spartans to be up 15-12 at the half, that's impressive. But, in talking to Coach Bean in the offseason, the new coach for the Spartans, he has those kids reared up and ready to go. And that just kind of stuck out to me in the scores that you went over. Also, the Bulldogs, being up 21-0 in the second quarter, probably halftime by now. I expect the Bulldogs to be good this year. I really do. I know they did graduate some really good players last year, and you would know better than anybody, Daniel, that the Bulldogs, they graduated some really nice players last year. They also brought back an experienced quarterback and some running backs and linemen, and I anticipate them to be highly competitive in the TVC Ohio.
And the plan wasn't to have an experienced quarterback for Athens coming into this year, but some unfortunate circumstances within the program, and Daniel Heitland kind of got thrusted into that role as quarterback for the Bulldogs last year, and you got to imagine that is going to bode well for him coming into this year. Seems like it is already, and that is the 100th matchup between Logan and Athens. For those keeping track, you can find that one over on WATH. Matt Frazee on the call for that one. We're over here in Gloucester on WXTQ, the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store Athens County Game of the Week. We are set for the second half of action. 12 minutes back on the clock. 8-8 is our score. Let's play 24 more minutes of football.
Absolutely. The Tomcats are going to receive here to start the second half. And, again, I would expect them to come out here and go right back to that pound and ground ball control offense that they're ever so famous for, especially out of that wishbone.
The kick is away from the Buckeyes. Paul Sharp back deep to receive. He will field it on the fly. Works his way up past the 20, trying to get to the left side. Makes one man miss. He's up to the 25-yard line before being taken down. That is where the Tomcats will take over to start the second half. 11:53 on the clock. Glad you are with us. And once again, we are simulcasting this game on WXTQ, and we are live streaming it, the Nelsonville-York live stream presented by McFadden Insurance. So a big night for us up here in the booth. We want to welcome everybody in on WXTQ and the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. We are ready to go. 11:53 on the clock. Ball spotted at the 26 officially. First down and 10 for Trimble out of the wishbone offense. Paul Sharp under center. He's going to take the snap, and it looks like a little bit of confusion there. Maybe a fumbled snap.
I think it may be a fumbled snap, yep.
There is flags down on the field.
I think they're throwing their beanbag there to signify a fumble. A ball was on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yep.
I just saw an orangish yellow object go flying up in the air, assumed it was a flag. It was not a flag. You were right.
Yeah, and again, Paul Sharp, first time being at quarterback, I kind of anticipate seeing a little bit more of that, honestly, in this game. Your first Friday night under center. But so far, he's done a nice job of taking care of the football. Just a poor start to the half there with that center QB exchange.
45 seconds have gone here in this third quarter. Second down and 11. They lost one And now
again.
the snap, another one that is mishandled, and Paul Sharp is going to be dragged backwards and taken down. A big start for this Buckeyes defense. You know, you talked about anticipating seeing a little more of that, maybe miscommunication, mishandling of the snaps for Paul Sharp. I did notice a little bit of it pregame when they were running through their pregame warm-ups of throwing some nice slants to the wide receivers, working through the handoffs. I did notice a couple of mishandled snaps, so that'll certainly be something to keep our eyes on as we go forward into the second half of this football game. But they have lost 1 yard on back-to-back plays. It's 3rd down and 12, backed up on their own 24-yard line for the Tomcats. And now they're going to get up to the line quickly with wide receivers out wide. And now
play clock was running down on them, and they Coach Ferris called a timeout, rightfully so, because they didn't want to get backed up anymore here. They're already 3rd down and long. And so the play clock was running down. Sharp had a little bit of issues. The Tomcats had some issues with that in the Jamboree game of delay of games. And so far they've done a decent job of cleaning that up. But certainly not the start to the second half that the Tomcats were probably hoping for here with this first possession.
Well, yeah, we're just over a minute and a half in. They have negative 2 yards in 2 combined plays, and they've already called their first timeout of the second half in what is a very tight game when we're knotted up. It's 8-8. All those timeouts are going to be very crucial, I would imagine, coming down the stretch in this one. So we'll see how that comes back to play in this one.
It looks like the Tomcats are going to come out here with a little bit more of a spread offense.
Yes, they are.
They've got 3rd and long.
They've got 2 receivers out to the right side. Looks like it's Luke Osborne lined up far out to the right side. Paul Sharp is still under center in an I formation. 2 behind him. The snap is taken. He's going to roll out to his right. Now he gives on the reverse, and Nelsonville-York is all over it. Paul Sharp acted as if he was going to roll out to throw, handed it to the running back coming down the middle. That looks like it was going, and he did not go anywhere.
Just a little slip draw kind of a trick play. Well, it is basically where you're trying to use some misdirection. And the Buckeyes were all over it. I don't know if they had scouted that in some way or they just did a nice job of reading their keys. But great job of staying home and making the play there for the Buckeyes defense.
It was a loss of 4 on the play. Now 4th down and 16 with 9.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Nelsonville-York going to get the football back, trying to control the football now as the punt is away end over end, and they're just going to let it roll. Are the Buckeyes? Hodgson took a look at it, decided better than to pick it up, and another good punt for this Trimble team.
The Buckeyes have had some issues fielding these punts by the Tomcats, and it's really helped to flip the field for the Tomcats and put the Buckeyes a little bit deeper in their own territory.
And that was definitely a tough one to field. It was end over end, had some wicked spin on it as it hit the ground. It rolled all the way inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line officially. That's where the Buckeyes will take over in their own territory. But, I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to this punt team for Trimble. They have certainly had an impact in this game, flipping field positions and keeping Nelsonville-York out of the end zone as well. First down and 10. Sullivan's going to pitch it out to the left side. It's Gaudier getting it up past the 30 to the 35-yard line. A pickup of about 8 or 9. We'll see where they officially spot it. One referee standing at the 36. It looks like that's where they're going to give them.
Buckeyes are going up tempo here. They've had quite a bit of success so far running on the edges with the sweeps and options, and so I would expect to see some more of that here in the second half. But they're going with a little up tempo here. They did have to exchange a player, so here we go.
Second down and 1. They officially gave Gaudier 9 on that first down carry. Sullivan takes the snap, rolls out to his right, scanning the field, going deep over the middle. It is incomplete. Pass was broken up by Luke Osborne, intended for the receiver across midfield.
Yeah, that play just took a little bit time to develop, and that gave time for Osborne from the safety position to get over and break that pass up. It was potential to be an interception there, but Stone was able to also get his fingers on it to deflect it.
Yes, it was Walker Stone was the intended receiver. I was waiting for a couple seconds for him to get up so I could see the jersey number again. Walker Stone, the intended receiver. They tried to take that shot on second down. Now 3rd and short. We'll see if they give back to Gaudier here. And they will do just that. Gaudier right through the middle.
That's Cunningham.
Oh, yeah, that is Cunningham. Excuse me. Dakota Cunningham picking up the first down there. A pickup of 10.
As simple of a play design as you can get. You're just spreading them out with the receivers and then running the fullback on a dive play right up the middle. And that hit pretty big.
Under 9 minutes to go now. First down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Cameron Sullivan stands in the shotgun. He's got 2 out wide to each side. Running back in the backfield with him. He takes the snap. Going to keep it himself towards the right side. Trying to bounce it outside the tackle. He's up across the 40-yard line. Down inside the 35 is the ball on the ground. Who's got it?
I think the Buckeye. Nope. Tomcats got it. No, well, hang on. I think the official waved. I don't know.
Hold on a second, everybody. Nobody's moving off the field, so
Buckeyes,
I believe the Buckeyes.
I thought the Buckeyes recovered it. I think the official was actually waving for the chain gang to come on to move because it was a first down. It just looked like he was pointing that the Tomcats had the ball, but it clearly looked like the Buckeyes recovered there to me if the ball did, in fact, hit the ground.
Well, they still have the football. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Sullivan keeps again, working out to the right side once more. He's taken down at about the 31-yard line. He'll pick up 3 or 4 more, depending on the official spot, with 8 minutes to go.
Ran the same play that they had just ran previously there with the quarterback basically running a power play off to the right, off tackle. And, Sullivan had to deal with some ankle issues there in the season, really throughout the season, last season. And so he wasn't able to run as much as I'm sure Coach Richards would like. So I would anticipate to see a little bit more running out of Sullivan this season.
Gaudier in the backfield. Sullivan stands in the shotgun. 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. The give is going to go to Gaudier. Right up the middle he goes. Ahead of steam past the line to gain and down to the 21-yard line. Enough for the first down. And here come the Buckeyes once again, moving the ball very efficiently. Now the trick is hold on to the football. We already saw a little bit of a fumble here earlier on the drive. The ball hit the ground. Ball security is huge for Rusty Richards' Buckeyes on the field right now. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go as the Buckeyes look over to their sideline for the call. It feels like that momentum has swung in favor of the Buckeyes right now. The Tomcats back on their heels. The snap and the give goes to Gaudier. Gaudier up past the 15 now. And it'll be 2nd down and short.
One thing that we should mention here, and it's going to play out, I guarantee you, especially with this being the first game of the season, the Tomcats don't have as much depth as they typically do. And, of course, they're the smaller school anyway. And you're going to see that play out here the rest of this game, the rest of the third quarter, with 6 minutes left in the third and heading into the fourth.
2nd down and 3 was a pickup of 7 on first. Sullivan takes the snap. He's going to give to Cunningham. Cunningham right up the middle. He's got enough for the first down. It's inside the 10-yard line before he's taken down. It'll be 1st down and goal for the Buckeyes.
And I mention that, Daniel, because I'm looking at the Trimble Tomcat defensive line right now, and they're sucking wind. They're struggling a little bit now with their conditioning. And, of course, many of those players are playing both ways.
We got a whistle blown here. Play is stopped. We'll see what for.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. Oh, there's a helmet issue, it looks like, with one of the Tomcat players.
Your eyes must be better than mine. I can't see all the way down there. There's a lot going on over there.
Yeah, the couple officials there are helping out. It looks like maybe a chin strap issue with the Tomcats, but that may work out for the Tomcats because the Buckeyes have gone a little bit more up tempo here in the second half, and the Tomcats are breathing hard right now, especially on this drive. The Buckeye offensive line, that big offensive line, is leaning on them quite a bit.
1st down and goal from the 5. Sullivan takes the snap. He's going to give to Gaudier, the tailback, into the right side and into the end zone for the touchdown.
That was just a designed off-tackle play that Gaudier just saw that he had some room to the outside. He bounced it a little bit and did a nice job of converting it into the end zone. Big score for the Buckeyes to take the lead here in the second half with about 6 minutes left.
6 minutes have gone off the quarter here in the third quarter. 6 minutes have gone off the scoreboard in the third quarter, I should say. And the Buckeyes are on the board. Gaudier had some issues with ball security earlier. He gets his revenge and finds pay dirt there. And now out for the extra point, it's Grant Elliott, with the Buckeyes out in front by 6 now instead of down 2 after scoring a touchdown. They'll go for the point after a late substitution. Or maybe not even a substitution, just getting that extra player on the field.
They're going to have to get a timeout here because they're going to get a delay of the game. Didn't have enough players in the field. The Buckeyes were missing a look like a lineman somewhere on the interior.
So the timeout is called, and that's now one timeout called for each side if it is an officially called timeout by the Buckeyes. But you were talking, Tad, about Nelsonville-York and trying to wear down this Trimble defense. That's exactly what Rusty Richards talked about when we talked with him, trying to wear down a thin team. Trimble only with about 30, only with about 30 players, that is. Usually they're around 40 at this time of the year, according to head coach Phil Ferris. But the guys that he does have been working extremely hard. He was joking with them early in the summer, telling the freshmen, you can't get hurt. We need all of you. And he said they've listened pretty well so far, but those thin numbers are making an impact on them right now. Like you talked about, a lot of them sucking wind, needing that air, needing that breath, and they can't call a timeout right now. They've already called one in the half. So you need to save those last 2, especially if you're going to be down on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we're going to see it as it plays out. You know, the conditioning for both teams, obviously a week 1, again, you're going at a speed that you're not typically used to. It takes some time for the body to adjust. They're not in the shape now that they're going to be in week 4, week 5, neither of these teams.
The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is perfect on the point after. 15-8 the score. Nelsonville-York out in front. We'll head to a break on Pure Rock 105.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Builder, superior nutrition, big time results.
Back with 6:04 on the clock, Nelsonville-York fresh out of a scoring drive. They have taken their first lead in 2025, and now they will kick back to the Tomcats. Paul Sharp that is Osborne on the receiving end. Trying to work it to the right side. He might have something up across midfield to the 40, down to the 35 and to the 33 before being taken down. Luke Osborne with one heck of a return sets the Tomcats up well in Buckeye territory.
That was exactly what the Tomcats need. Coach Ferris needed here in response to the Buckeyes score. Big return. Certainly sets the Tomcats up in really, really great field position here. Just now you need to convert it, right? You need it's 4-down territory for the Tomcats. They're not going to kick it, and if they score a touchdown, they're likely to go for 2. And it looks like Osborne's slipping around there a little bit.
Yes, he is. I was pointing that out to you. I'm glad you picked that up. That was pretty good. Luke Osborne, after that return, coming up a little gimpy.
Almost looks like he's cramping, which is no surprise in a week 1 game.
But he is still out on the field for this first down, and the Tomcats lining up with 2 receivers out wide to the right here. I formation, nobody to the left. Sharp takes the snap. He's going to give. That's Goen. Goen is dragged down in the backfield.
Yeah, that was a big play there by, I think it was Odenthal in the backfield for the Buckeyes. Yep. Odenthal, sure enough, was able to get some penetration there and make a nice tackle in the backfield. And for the most part, you know, the Buckeyes' defensive line has done a nice job against this Tomcat double tight look throughout the game. Again, the one score the Tomcats had was largely due to great field position after a turnover, but here they are again with really good field position after the excellent kickoff return by Osborne.
5:09 on the clock and counting. The Tomcats are going to line up in the shotgun for one of the first times tonight. A high snap. Sharp takes it. Play action. Going deep over the middle. And he threw it behind his intended receiver. That was just, just a
those
bad
numbers
throw.
are a little hard to see for the Tomcats. I'm trying to get it too, and we got a man down cramped up. And so let's go ahead and take the break with him there, Daniel. We'll be right back.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our additional sponsors, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Century Farm Market, Hocking Valley Motors, and David White Services.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
Yeah.
I love it. It was Paul Sharp that was down on the field for the Tomcats, just some cramping, and that is very common early in the season with the heat and everything like that. He is off on the sidelines. The Tomcats back on the field, 3rd down and 11, so back up into the game, and filling that role is Luke Osborne. He takes a direct snap, tries to work out to the right side, and gets down for about a yard or two to about the 31.
Just going into kind of a wildcat look where you put your running back at the quarterback position. You know, I'm sure I should have probably taken a look at who the backup quarterback is for the Tomcats, but it looks like Sharp's going right back in right now. But that's just, you know, Phil Ferris trying to have an answer that he knows Osborne's going to take care of the football, so just snap it directly to him. But we have a 4th down here, 4th and long.
Yeah, so already after that big return for Luke Osborne, it is 4th down and 10 with 4:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter. A big play coming up here for the Tomcats, trying to get back into this ball game. A wide snap, the ball's on the ground, and the Buckeyes have fallen on it.
Yep.
It was 4th down anyway, so regardless of the way that fumble went, it was going to be Buckeyes football. But they do fall on the fumble. They get one of those turnovers back.
Gavin Levy was able to fall on the football for the Buckeyes, it looked like to me. And so, yeah, Daniel, huge turnover. Well, I mean, it is a 4th down situation. But for the Tomcats, you would at least like to have seen the ball be put in the air, right, and give yourself an opportunity. So now the Tomcats have kind of a turnover. I don't know what you officially would call that.
Yeah, I think if you're Rusty Richards and the Buckeyes defense, you're going to look at it as a turnover, and you're going to look at it as, well, it makes our turnover differential look a little better.
It is officially a turnover
at the end of the game. It is a fumble loss.
Did recover it, yes.
It is a fumble loss. Paul Sharp unable to handle the wide snap. So now the Buckeyes back on the field, 1st and 10 from their own 37. They've got 3 receivers out wide.
All around.
Yeah, 2 of them out to the left, 1 to the right, and I think we're going to get a timeout.
Took a timeout. Let's take a timeout with them. Again, the Buckeyes are up 15-8 with 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
First down and 10 from the 37. Buckeyes back out onto the field after another timeout here taken by Rusty Richards. And we got a lot of movement pre-snap. Cameron Sullivan ended up with the football after about 15 of the 22 guys on the field moved early.
Yeah,
we'll see which way this goes.
Kind of looked like Gavin Levy, who recovered the turnover there just a minute ago at tight end here now. Had a little false start, jumped. He looked like the first to jump.
And that is what they're going to.
Several Buckeyes that jumped.
That is what they're going to call. It is a false start on Nelsonville-York. It'll back them up 5 to the 32-yard line. Last time they had a false start on first down, they ripped off consecutive 18-yard runs from Austin Gaudier. So we'll see if they go back to him here on 1st and 15 from the 32. 4:04 to go in the third quarter. Receivers out wide to each side. Play action pass. Sullivan rolls out to the right. Flat-footed throws, overthrown, intended to Gavin Levy on the right side.
He was looking deep to Alec Thompson. We haven't really even mentioned this yet because the Buckeyes have mostly been running the ball. But Thompson does have a cast or something along those lines on his wrist. I believe he has a wrist issue that I don't know if he's ever going to get healthy this season. And so I'm sure that hampers him to some degree, but he's still one of the best receivers in really all of Southeast Ohio. So I would expect at some point he's going to get involved in this game in some way.
Putting it on the line for his guys on the field. He did not get the intended pass there. Was covered up nicely by this Tomcats secondary. And now on 2nd and 15, 2 receivers to the right, 2 in the backfield. Sullivan takes a snap. He's going to give to Gaudier the tailback, and he is spun down at about the 34-yard line. They'll give him 2, and it'll be 3rd down and 13 coming up. Once again, Nelsonville-York in front, 15-8 here in the later stages of the third quarter. They officially give him the 35, so it is going to be 3rd down and 12.
The Buckeyes were in an unbalanced set that time, unbalanced to the right, and they actually ran the ball to the weak side, maybe trying to trick the Tomcats a little bit. Didn't get too far, but now they're back in a balanced set here for this play.
It is an I formation, 2 behind Sullivan, 2 to the right side. Trimble inching up towards the line. Snap is taken. It's a play-action pass, a screen pass to Gaudier right at the line of scrimmage in the middle of everything, and he is dragged down by about 6 or 7 Tomcats, and that will bring up a 4th down and long. Punt team on the field for the Buckeyes.
Tomcats did an excellent job of reading that screen. They got hurt by a screen earlier in the game in the first half, but did really a nice job staying at home, reading their keys again, and making the play. And so, nice job by the Tomcats here to get this stop, force the punt, and get the ball back to in the hands of Paul Sharp.
Luke Osborne and Paul Sharp are back deep to return the punt for the Tomcats, down by 7. The snap is good. The punt is away. It's a nice one for the Buckeyes. It's going to land at the 25, fielded by Osborne at the 20. He's trying to work the left side. Had a good return on a kickoff earlier in the quarter. Still on his feet and now spun down at just across the 30-yard line. So after all that zigzagging back and forth, he probably ran a total of about 40 yards, but he only nets about 10.
Yeah, he's pretty shifty.
He is. They're going to start it on the 30.
And he's looking to the sidelines. He's having some cramping issues, and I don't know. Again, there's not a whole lot of guys over on the sidelines who can give him the break that he needs, perhaps.
They're going to officially spot it at the 37.
Taking an official timeout here.
We do have an official timeout, so we're going to take it with them? Yep, let's take it with them. 15
Looking
to
for
8.
beef that's truly farm fresh.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our additional sponsors, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Century Farm Market, Ocking Valley Motors, and David White Services.
On the clock here in the third quarter. First down and 10 from the 37-yard line officially for the Tomcats. They have it in their own territory after a 17-yard return from Luke Osborne on the punt. Sharp takes the snap, pitches it out. That's Trevor going with it. Going, trying to work back towards the middle of the field. He's going to be swallowed up right around the line of scrimmage.
So the Tomcats here starting this series with a sweep essentially to the right. And again, they're right where they need to be, honestly, Daniel. I feel like they're right there. They're within shouting distance. You know, just a touchdown, a score behind, an extra point. If they do score, I would anticipate them going for two because they've never really showed so far that they have a whole lot of a kicking game. So it'll be interesting to see if they can put together a drive here and put the ball in the end zone.
Their punt game has certainly been strong. They have quite
no doubt.
Quite the foot in that punter, but you're right. They haven't shown a kicker yet today. A minute 15 on the clock. Here's second down and long. It's going to be Osborne with the football. He moves it up past the 40. A solid pickup on second down and long. Makes it third down and manageable up to about the 48-yard line.
Tremendous push by
43, excuse me.
Yeah, tremendous push by the Tomcats interior line. You know, a very good offensive line. They did graduate some pretty good players there last year, but, you know, they're bringing back folks like Marcus Cable and Will McCune stepping up this year as a starter. And so as long as they can stay healthy on that offensive line, I certainly expect the Tomcats to be very competitive throughout the season.
No receivers out wide here for the Tomcats. Wishbone formation. It's two tailbacks and one fullback. Sharp takes a snap, tried to sneak it, and he gets blown up in the backfield.
Yeah, he tried. It was third down and what? I'd say 3 or 4 there, Daniel. And they tried to trick him a little bit there with the sneak, and the Buckeyes had nothing to do with it. The center got pushed back by, I believe that was Layton, who was able to basically supplant himself into the Trimble Tomcat backfield. And so excellent job there by the interior of the Buckeyes defensive line.
That will put a capper on the third quarter. Nelsonville-York takes the lead, and they hold it headed into the fourth quarter.
The Uptown Clinic powered by Holzer is located at 5 North Court Street in Athens. Nurse practitioner.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
The Hill has lived up to the hype, Tad. Daniel Barnard alongside Tad Steinbrink. 12 minutes to go. It is 15-8 Nelsonville-York. And just a little refresher, Nelsonville-York has not won on the road in Gloucester since 2017 they are in good position to do just that with the football to start, or excuse me, no, they're on defense, but they're in good position to do that with a 4th down coming up here for the Tomcats. 4th and 3 from the 43-yard line.
Trying to get them to jump, trying to get the Buckeyes to jump here.
Sharp trying the hard count, not successful to this point, and now he's just going to give it up and walk off to the side. We'll see if they have a trick play in mind. He gets right back up on the football, but yeah, that is not going to work out in favor of the Tomcats. They'll just take the delay of game, back up 5 more yards, give a little more distance for the punt team.
Interesting stat here from my brother, JD. He just sent Trimble only had 1 total yard in the 3rd quarter. And so that certainly shows that the Buckeyes defense has stepped up even more. Of course, they only gave up 53 total yards in the first half. The turnovers has really been the difference in this entire game. And the Buckeyes are starting to show a little bit of their will here now as we head into the 4th.
So the punt team is on the field for the Tomcats. It is Hodgson is around the 45 in order to field a bad punt, and then back way deep is another Buckeye. It is another good punt. It's going to land at about the 30, bounce back towards midfield. Tomcats got a fall on it. They're all just kind of standing around it as it goes back in the opposite direction. So maybe a little bit of brain fog there from the Tomcats as they kind of just let it roll in the wrong direction.
Really, that's the first punt for the Tomcats that has actually went the Buckeyes' way. Every other punt seems to flip the field, but in this case, the Buckeyes have pretty decent field position around the 38-yard line.
Well, like you said, ball spotted at the 38-yard line. 11 minutes and 49 seconds to go here in the ball game. Nelsonville-York out in front, 15-8, looking to end that losing streak here in Gloucester. Rusty Richards has talked about this week trying to wear down this Tomcats defense, a thin group this year for Phil Ferris. And Rusty Richards trying to exploit that. It's actually kind of interesting because Rusty is related to Paul Sharp. They are,
right?
They are cousins of some sort in the same family. So he was talking about that when I was talking with him. So he was saying, well, we're going to try to wear him down, wear them down, try to exploit some of that inexperience from Sharp, and they have done that well. And obviously the bragging rights at the family get-together.
No doubt,
so
no doubt.
Nelsonville,
Unbalanced set here to the near side.
Nelsonville-York takes the snap. They give to Gaudier. Gaudier with a burst of steam up across midfield. That's going to be a pickup of about 15 on first down into Tomcats territory.
Yeah, as I was saying, an unbalanced set to our near side, and they ran right to that unbalanced set right off the tackle, extra tackle position. And it looks like they're going to stick to that formation here. And we saw this quite a bit from Nelsonville-York last season, this unbalanced look.
Cameron Sullivan under center. He's going to give to Dakota Cunningham, and he's through the line into the secondary, and he's got a first down, another pickup of about 11. And the Buckeyes' run game really starting to come into its own here in this second half. It's another first down inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line.
Again, sticking with that unbalanced set, I haven't really seen the Tomcats shift to that unbalance. They may be bringing an extra linebacker down. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, it looks like they're bringing an extra linebacker down onto the line of scrimmage to offset that unbalance.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Cunningham in the backfield. Cunningham's going to get it again, and he is tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. They might give him 1 before it's all said and done. Second down and long coming up.
Tremendous job there by Colby Fouts, shooting the gap there and making the play at the line of scrimmage. Because Cunningham did have a hole there, but Fouts was able to take his legs out and make the tackle.
Second down and 9, clock ticking under 10.5 to go, 20 on the play clock. And you got to imagine Nelsonville-York is perfectly fine with winding down every single second that they can before snapping it. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Gaudier back in the backfield. Sullivan takes the direct snap. He's going to go right up the middle with it, and he's swallowed up, but not before getting past the 35 down to about the 32-yard line, a pickup of around 4. We'll see where they officially spot it. Third down and 5 coming up.
Really nice drive here for the Buckeyes. Here with the fourth quarter with the lead, they're fine with clock running. If they can control the ball and put some more points on the board, they may just be able to put it out of reach for the Tomcats.
Under center for Sullivan. He's got 2 to the right. He's got backs in the backfield. He's going to give to Gaudier, who is tripped up at the 30-yard line. He picks up 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and short. I got to imagine it's 4-down territory, no doubt.
Huge moment in the game right here. This could make the difference right here. This is one we're going to point out one way or the other when we talk in the post game. This 4th down attempt here for the Buckeyes. Unbalanced set here again, Daniel.
It's 2 out wide to the right, nobody to the left. 2 in the backfield behind Sullivan. He's going to give to the tailback Gaudier. He's got enough for the first down and some. Down inside the 30, gets it to about the 26-yard line.
Really interesting there. So they ran away from the unbalanced. They ran to the weak side, basically an outside zone play to the outside. The Tomcats really didn't have anybody to set the edge there, and the extra linebacker was down into the line of scrimmage. And so interesting play call by Coach Richards. He's well known for kind of going against the grain in situations like that.
The clock continues to run. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go now. Not another unbalanced, but 1 wide to each side. The snap and the quick give to Cunningham. He barrels over a Tomcat in the secondary and picks up the first down. These Buckeyes on the field are feeling it.
Huge hit. I think it was on Osborne there in the secondary, and we have a player down. I think it looks like another cramp happening. That was some big contact between.
And check this out, Tad. Really good sportsmanship on the field right now. You got a Buckeye helping out a Tomcat, I believe that it was Dakota Cunningham, helping stretch out a Tomcat on the field. Even though these two teams are some pretty big rivals, sometimes you gotta put the rivalry aside for moments like that. That was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was big contact between those two players. And I'm not sure if that's Osborne that's down. He got up, but he may have cramped up and went back down. We'll get the number here in just a minute. But anyway, that was big contact. Cunningham, he's just rumbling right now, and he's feeling it. And the Buckeye offensive line, especially on that interior, those center guard are getting after it. They're getting off the ball and getting on blocks and maintaining blocks. And so right now, the Tomcats have got to figure out a way to put an end to this Buckeye run game, and so they may need to bring some extra guys onto the line of scrimmage to make that happen. We'll see.
Cunningham listed a senior fullback, middle linebacker, 5'11", 185 pounds, coming north and south right at you. That will certainly leave a mark anytime that he hits you. We will take a break here as the Tomcats injured player continues to get stretched out. 15-8, Nelsonville-York with 8.5 to go. Here in the ball game, 15-8 the score. Nelsonville-York out in front. They have it in the red zone. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. First down and 10 coming up as they look over to their own sideline to get the play call. Sullivan under center. He's got two behind him. It's Cunningham and Gaudier, the tailback. He's got two receivers, one to each side. Clock running. Sullivan takes the snap, fakes the look out wide to the right, instead gives to Gaudier, who takes it up inside the 10. We'll see where they officially spot it. It's a solid pickup on first down. It'll keep the clock running and set up second down and manageable.
And that was Aiden Dixon that was injured on the field. He came off for one play, and there he goes running back onto the field. So
with a little bit of a limp, too.
Yeah. I think it's a cramp.
It definitely is. He was getting stretched out for a good few minutes on the field. Back out there now. Second down and 1. They gave Gaudier 9, just short of the stick. Sullivan takes the snap, hands to Cunningham, pushing his way forward. Inside the 5 he goes. It should be enough for a first down. It'll result in a first and goal. Clock stopped as the chains need time to move and bodies need time to get off each other down there. That was a big pile up down inside the 5.
Here. We have another player down. Yep. Another player. And we should mention this. This is probably about the third or fourth time we've seen a Trimble Tomcat down with cramps. We've yet to see a Buckeye down with cramp. Now, I was at the game last year, Nelsonville-York at Trimble. Trimble at Nelsonville-York last season. And we saw the Buckeyes having the cramp issues more so last season. And maybe that has something to do with the lack of depth that the Tomcats are dealing with this year. But maybe also Rusty Richards, they kind of learned their lesson from last season and are in a little bit better shape heading into this season.
A little better shape, maybe a little more hydrated as well. 7 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock. Once again, if you're just now tuning in, 15-8 the score. We're going to step aside as the cramping Tomcat gets it worked out.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show.
Back after Aiden Dixon went down on yet another play with another cramp, so he works his way off to the sidelines, doing
everything he can to be in the game, but he probably need to take a little bit more rest before going back in there.
And these players certainly know the numbers are thin, so they're trying to do everything they can for their team. And now it's first down and goal. Sullivan takes the snap, gives to Gaudier out to the left side and into the end zone for the touchdown. Austin Gaudier and the Buckeyes back onto the scoreboard. It is now a 2-score advantage for Nelsonville-York.
Gaudier did a nice job there of just taking his time, being patient, reading it, bouncing it out the side just a little bit there on the outside zone, it looked like, and also broke a tackle, and he could sniff that end zone. You could tell, and he was ready to get in it.
So after some mistakes in the first half from Gaudier, he has really come into his own here in the second half. He's now got 2 touchdowns in this one, and now the point after try here for Grant Elliott. 21-8 the score. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is no good.
Wide left.
Wide to the left. So the score remains a 13-point advantage for the Buckeyes. We'll see if the Tomcats can take advantage of it next.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
Gear Store, Athens County High School football game of the week on Pure Rock 105
with a touchdown drive that
WXTU.
extends their lead to 13. It is 21-8. Austin Gaudier able to cap it off with a 4-yard touchdown run. Now the kick is away from Elliott, and it is muffed but picked up by
little trickery
the
here.
Tomcats. And yeah, they're handing it back around the 5-yard line. That did not work out at all for them. Dragged down inside the 20 was the official return man. Yeah, they were trying to confuse Nelsonville-York as to who really had the football. They had the return man back there with it, and then 2 more teammates came from opposite ends, and the handoff went to the one coming from the left or the right to the left.
It was all kinds of different ways, Daniel. Coach Ferris is pretty famous for, even though being a pretty conservative coach offensively, running the wishbone, he pulls things every once in a while like that are just completely out of the blue. And, he knows it's a situation where they're down two touchdowns at this point. They need to get moving here, and I'm not sure if they have the offense to do it.
Ball backed up on the 15-yard line, a wide snap. Paul Sharp brings it in, throws out wide to the right, almost intercepted. He had a couple of receivers out to the right, one to the left, and just overthrew his intended target. 7:18 to go. Clock is stopped. 2nd and 10 as Paul Sharp moves over to the sideline to get the calls. Once again, tuning in, 21-8 is our score in favor of Nelsonville-York. They trailed 8-0. They have since put 21 unanswered on the scoreboard. 3 receivers out wide to the right for Trimble. 1 back in the backfield. Nobody out wide to the left. Looked like a false start. No flags on the field. Instead, Trevor Goen is going to go down for a loss of 5+. It was a bad snap, and Goen did just enough to get up and field it. It was a high snap. And, Paul Sharp was in the backfield as the quarterback. Just the snap went off to the side.
Yep, something strange there. I don't know if it was the designed play, a design snap to go in. I don't think so. But whatever it was, it didn't work out for them. And now they're really in a tough situation here. 3rd down and about 15. Down 2 touchdowns. We're getting kind of late here in the 4th quarter with about 6:40 left. And so, Daniel, this is a situation where the Tomcats need to come up with something special here on this long 3rd down.
So after the mistake on the kick return and then that play, now a low snap that Paul Sharp fields, just kind of lobs it up, and it's picked off. Picked off by the Buckeyes, and that is going to go for 6.
Walker Stone, I believe.
A house call for the Buckeyes. Austin Gaudier from the secondary comes up, and he is in for his 3rd touchdown of the day. His first on defense. I think that we've got someone making a case for player of the game, Tad.
Yeah, he had, the 2 turnovers there in the first half, but he's certainly making up for it here. Certainly, especially, I should say, in the second half, has made some big plays, perhaps none bigger than that turnover right there. Paul Sharp there, he's just trying to make a play. They're in a situation where they need to move the football down the field. They're down by 2 scores. You can't really fault him that much, especially being an inexperienced quarterback, just trying to do something for his team.
Grant Elliott on for the point after a low snap, fielded well. The kick is up. It's off the upright and no good. So back-to-back touchdowns that the point after was not converted, I should say, from the Buckeyes, but I think they're in an okay spot right now. They are up 27-8 with 6:21 to go. And going back to the pick six, it was a low snap off to the right. Paul Sharp did a good job just to bring it in, but then he tried that jump throw over the middle, and it just hung for a second too long, and Gaudier was in to pick it off, and he scored in the same exact spot that he scored his last rushing touchdown, that left corner of the end zone. His third touchdown on the ball game. Walker Stone had the only other. It was a pitch out to the left side that he scored a 24-yard touchdown on. That was the first touchdown of the game for Nelsonville-York.
And the Buckeye fans over there are maybe getting a little sigh of relief at this point because this game was pretty tight throughout. But I can tell you, the Buckeye coaching staff over there they're not breathing at all. They'll start breathing when there's nothing but zeros on the clock.
And now on the kick return, Luke Osborne had nowhere to go. Flags are coming in late. He was swallowed up at the 20-yard line.
May have been a late hit there on the returner. Not sure.
We will see what the call comes out to be, but Nelsonville-York well on their way to snapping their losing streak here in Gloucester. Once again, they have not won here since 2017, and they are now up 19 points on the scoreboard. They've scored 27 unanswered. And it is going to go on the Buckeyes, so that will help out the Tomcats in terms of field position.
Yeah, it's going to be a monumental task here, down by 3 touchdowns with just 6 minutes left. You know, the Tomcat offense is not designed for this, but this is certainly, if that's going to happen, that penalty right there is. We got another timeout here, I think.
Yeah, the Tomcats have called a timeout after the penalty flag was all sorted out. We'll head to a break with them. 6:12 to go in the ball game, 27-8, Nelsonville. .6:12 to go, back live from Gloucester. The Buckeyes of Nelsonville-York up big. It is 27-8 over the Trimble Tomcats. Tomcats have the football on their own 37. A 15-yard penalty on the kickoff netted them 15 more yards from the 22 to the 37. And now Paul Sharp and company back out on the field. He takes a snap, pitches it out to the left. Now trying to reverse fields is Osborne, and he's going to be taken down a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage.
Looked like Sharp reversed out there, and somebody went the wrong direction to start. I don't know if it was Sharp or Osborne, but there was some confusion on the pitch. But they were able to at least cleanly exchange the ball, weren't able to pick up any yards.
Miscommunication all over the field has been one of the themes of the night for Trimble. Another example right there. Back them up just 1 yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11 with 5.5 minutes to go here in the ball game. And yet again, Trimble lining up in that wishbone formation. Sharp under center. Fullback on the field and 2 tailbacks behind him. Sharp takes the snap. He's going to give. That's Osborne. He'll push his way forward to about the 39-yard line. We'll see where they officially spot it. It's going to be a pickup of 2, maybe 3.
Caught the Tomcat cheerleaders there a little bit ago throwing out some footballs thanks to McFadden Insurance. Throwing out some little foam footballs, and several of the kids are down there playing with them right now. Hopefully they don't just toss them out into the field, but it's high school football's back, man, and it's beautiful to see. The cheerleaders, the bands, both bands did an excellent job at halftime, and it's been an entertaining game for sure.
It sure has. It was a very tight game for a while here tonight. Now Nelsonville-York kind of starting to run away with it. The 3rd down play. Pitch out to the left side. Osborne's going to be dragged down just across the 40. He'll pick up about 4. It'll make it 4th down and 5. No doubt a 4-down territory, so Trimble will stay on the field here. Nelsonville-York trying to get it back and bleed out the rest of this clock. It gives us a good chance to look ahead to the schedule for each of these squads. Nelsonville-York, obviously here at Trimble tonight, they will go on the road to face Logan next week, who last time we checked were getting beat up pretty good by the Bulldogs at Athens at Joe Burrow Stadium. They'll then take on Cole Grove in their home opener. And now it looks like Trimble's going to send the punt team out.
Yeah.
As I had started talking about
here, the guy's getting lined up, trying to get lined up.
A bad snap, low and to the left. It's a fake punt, and that lost yards.
I don't think it was a fake. I think it was just a bad snap, and the punter decided to not take the chance of kicking the ball and tried to get the first down running, and wasn't successful.
Tried to work it out to the left side after the low snap into the left, and he couldn't find any room. Taken down at the 40-yard line, and the Buckeyes will take back over with 3:45 to go in the ball game. We talked about Nelsonville-York's schedule. Now let's look at Trimble's schedule coming up. They will take on Bern Union here in Gloucester next Friday night before hosting Vinton County as well. So 3 home games to start the year for Trimble. And Nelsonville-York, a little bit of the opposite. 2 road games to start the year before finally playing in front of their home fans in Bookdale in week 3. We got a timeout called on the field by Nelsonville-York.
And we'll take it with him, Daniel.
We'll take it with him. I was waiting for your cue. 27-8 the score, 3:45.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our
dealers, or find us on Facebook. Apple Infused Buck Bone Builder. Superior nutrition, big time results.
3:45 to go in the ball game. Nelsonville-York takes the football back, and they've got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Sullivan takes the snap. He's going to find Gaudier out wide on the right side. He brings it in and gets it up to about the 36-yard line, a pickup of 4, and the clock will run. Buckeyes up 27-8. This one is all but over. Just got to wrap up these final 3.5 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, I just want to take care of the football right now if you're the Buckeyes and get yourself a win here. Again, this has been the game is now perhaps out of reach, but it hasn't felt that way at all until pretty much the last 6 minutes here of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that is an accurate statement. It was 15-8 as we headed into this fourth quarter of action. We've got another timeout called. Trimble's going to take it this time, so everybody will get another breather with 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go. But yeah, 15-8 was the score headed into the fourth quarter. Now 27-8. We'll take the break with them.
At the heart of our community and cheering along with you.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
dinner local, fresh, and healthy.
Went back a little late, one play late. Had to get the ads in, and it was a first down pass completed by Cameron Sullivan to Dakota Cunningham. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. It's first down and 10 for the Buckeyes at the 26-yard line in Trimble territory.
Yeah, I think at this point, Coach Richards can just pretty much run the ball here, and I'm not even sure if the Tomcats have any timeouts left at this point.
I formation. Sullivan takes the snap, hands to Gaudier. He's going to bounce off some tackles and then get hit hard at the 21. He got bounced back.
Yeah, he did. And I could catch the Tomcat there, but whoever he is, he's not quitting right now. He's still getting after it.
Fired up. Play until the final whistle blows. 2 minutes and 5 seconds and counting. Once again, if you're just now tuning in, 27-8. Nelsonville-York has the advantage here in Gloucester. They will snap their losing streak here at Trimble. They have not won since 2017 here in Gloucester. That will end tonight. Minute 45 and counting. Still 15 seconds on the play clock. Sullivan's going to take the snap anyway and hand to Cunningham. Cunningham with a burst of steam up across the 15 before being tripped up. That'll be enough for another first down for the Buckeyes.
And I'm not sure what Coach Richards is going to do here, but he could probably just take a knee at this point and end the game.
I would imagine so. It's not as if there's some backups on the field that they want to get reps. It's the same guys. It's Sullivan, Gaudier, it's Hodgson on the right side, Cunningham at the fullback, and they're going to continue to give it to Cunningham. Right up the middle he goes inside the 10, still on his feet, pushing forward and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, there was still a little bit of time. I'd have to do the math quickly in my head, but they did, I believe they need to run the ball a little bit, run the clock a little bit before they could just take a knee. And, Cunningham's got the ball in his hand. He's going to do what he's been trained to do, right, and try to put that ball in the end zone. And so I don't think that's a case of Coach Richards trying to run the score up at all, anything along those lines. It's just happenstance in the game.
Well, now we're going to see another opportunity for Grant Elliott to get right in terms of the point after. If you recall, he's missed the last two. One of them wide left, one of them off the right upright. So we'll see if he can knock this one through and make it a 26-point game, 33-8 as it stands. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and this one is right down Broadway. So Grant Elliott gets right. The Buckeyes are feeling good. 34-8, the advantage for Nelsonville-York with just over a minute to play in the ball game. We'll step aside on WXTQ.
Here now.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our additional sponsors, McFadden Insurance.
Go here in Gloucester. Nelsonville-York with 34 unanswered points. They kick it away to the Tomcats, who will return it up past the 30-yard line, still pushing, and they'll be dragged down at about the 33, just under a minute to go. Tad, we talked about some scores around the area at halftime. There were a couple tight games. Miller and Alexander, 15-12 at the half. We still do not have another update from that one, and I am accessing ScoreStream, the app, to find these scores, so that one just hasn't been updated by anyone there.
Maybe after the end of the game, we'll be able to come back to that.
Yes. Oak Hill at Wellston, It was tied in the second quarter, 14-14. Wellston is now out in front, 26-14 in the fourth quarter. Athens was all over Logan at the half, 21-0. It is now 34-0 in the third quarter. And our other score that we were monitoring, Belpre and Fisher Catholic, was 27-0. No update there after the first quarter. On 1st and 10, the Tomcats pick up a first down, a nice run of 11. And the clock will run with about 50 seconds and counting to go. So just an update for you around the area on this week 1 Friday night. Once again, Eastern Megs and Megs will be in action tomorrow. It is 1st and 10 with half a minute to go for the Tomcats, down by 26 points. Sharp takes the snap. He's going to hand to Osborne, trying to bounce it out to the left side. Now trying to reverse field and spin out of a tackle. He's not going to be able to do so. And that will just about put a capper on this one. The Tomcats coaching staff walks out towards midfield, and that will do it. Final score, 34-8 in favor of the Buckeyes. They snap their losing streak in Gloucester and pick up their first win on the road against Trimble since 2017. They start out on the right foot in 2025. We will head to a break and be back for the postgame show on Pure Rock 105.
The Uptown Clinic powered by Holzer is located at 5 North Court Street in Athens. Nurse practitioner
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
Welcome back. Post-game here from Gloucester on a night where the Buckeyes had it going. They win it 34-8 and move to 1-0 on the young season. As for the Trimble Tomcats, they fall to 0-1. They will look to get right next week here at home against Bern Union. Once again, I'm Daniel Barner, joined alongside Tad Steinbrink. A special edition of our Rocky Outdoors Gear Store Athens County Game of the Week. We're simulcasting it tonight here over on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ and the Nelsonville-York live stream presented by McFadden Insurance. All things considered, we got the technical hiccups out of the way early, and we were able to get a pretty good show for you here this evening. Once again, the Buckeyes win it 34-8. Tad, we got some stats that were just delivered by the uglier brother,
That's right.
JD.
Yeah, we appreciate JD. Yeah, and again, folks, these aren't official, but he's pretty good at this already, I can tell. But we have Cam Solomon for the Buckeyes, 2 for 5 for 15 yards passing. That wasn't really the game. The Buckeyes stuck to the rushing game really throughout. Gaudier, 11 rushes for 71 yards, the 2 touchdowns offensively, and of course he scored a touchdown defensively as well. Dakota Cunningham had a really nice game, 9 rushes for 70 yards and a touchdown. Sullivan did have a couple rushes for 22 yards along with his passing. And let's see here. Cunningham had a reception for 11 yards. Gaudier had a reception for 4. And, so there were several penalties. We don't need to go completely over that. But total yards, the Buckeyes certainly were well ahead when it comes to total yardage. The Tomcats, for the Trimble Tomcats, these are second half stats, or these are just second half stats, not total game stats. All right. So these are just second half stats that were given, folks, not the full game stats. Paul Sharp in the second half was 0 for 3 with an interception. Rushing-wise, Goen was 3 rushes for -4 yards. Osborne, 7 rushes for 19. Sharp, 4 rushes for -7. And they only had 11 total yards in the second half, which is even less than the 53 yards they had in the first half, Daniel. And so the Buckeyes defense certainly stepped up and played well. Offensively, again, the turnovers they had in the first half was the real difference maker and is what allowed for the Tomcats to stay in this game for perhaps longer than most thought would happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, that defense for Nelsonville-York is no joke. It was no joke last year. They didn't give up 14 points, I believe, all season long. So that was certainly a really good defense. They showed it again tonight. Went down early, 8-0. They were down, but then they proceeded to put 34 unanswered on the board, and even 7 from their defense. Austin Gaudier got in the mix with that pick 6 late in the ball game, and for his performance tonight, I'm going to name him the Tri-County Career Center Player of the Game. We talked about he got started a little shaky early on, a fumble that was credited to him. There was another fumble credited to Cameron Sullivan, but it was on a handoff exchange that was just bobbled. So really he was in on 2 fumbles, but then he picked himself up. He didn't get down on himself. He ended up scoring 2 touchdowns on the ground. He had the pick 6 on defense. He is going to earn the Tri-County Career Center Player of the Game.
And for our Doug's Carryout and Grocery Lineman of the Week, senior Will Odenthal really showed up both sides of the line. He had several tackles in the backfield. Defensively, was certainly a difference maker offensively. Really, the entire offense and defensive line for the Buckeyes were impressive tonight. And it's something that the Buckeyes are definitely going to have to rely on and lean on all season long. Both coaches talked about it in your interviews in the pregame, Daniel. It's going to be one in the trenches. And sure enough, it was one in the trenches, along with some issues happening there with turnovers. I really think, though, in the second half, the conditioning and the lack of depth for the Tomcats started to really show its face.
And that's exactly what Rusty Richards talked about when I talked to him earlier this week, and I've talked about that a couple times tonight, was the fact that he recognized that this Tomcats team was thin in numbers, and he was going to try to exploit that.
Second half.
He did just that.
The
he led his
conditioning
group
and the lack of depth for the Tomcats started to really show its face.
It was a really
And that's exactly what Rusty Richards talked about.
Second half of football for the Buckeyes. But one thing that we haven't talked about yet is Paul Sharp just completed his first game as a quarterback. I know it might not have gone how he wanted it to, but what stood out to you from him tonight?
Yeah, overall, he did a nice job. Yes, he did have the one interception late in the game when he was just trying to make a play. But overall, I'm sure Coach Ferris is pleased with how Paul Sharp handled things tonight. He controlled the game, did a nice job as the field general. For the most part, they did have some exchange issues with the center. They're coming out in the second half, and that really cost them that first series coming out in the second half. But overall, I think Coach Ferris and the Tomcat coaching staff should be pleased with Paul Sharp's efforts tonight.
He certainly put it all on the line tonight, did everything he could for his squad, came up short in the end, but he'll have a chance to bounce back next week once again here in Gloucester against Bern Union. The Tomcats will look to even up their record at 500 against them. As for Nelsonville-York, once again, they will travel and take on Logan next week. Logan down big in Athens right now. 34-0 was the last update we got. That was in the third quarter. Got to imagine they're into the fourth quarter by now. But that's your look ahead for each side. As for tonight, Nelsonville-York takes it. A final score of 34-8. And one more time, a run through of our amazing sponsors over on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. A huge shout out to the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Tri-County Career Center, Shauna Stump State Farm, McFadden Insurance, Big Rack Feeds, Holzer Health System, Stop and Cop, Integrated Services, Donato's, Wendy's, Qdoba, Southern Ohio Sanitation, Pizza Stop Through, C&G Cattle, Steak and Shake, Elite Medical Aesthetics, Merchants National Bank, and Doug's Carryout and Grocery, and last but not least, Sikorsky's Home Plate. And once again, another big thank you and shout out to our sponsors for sponsoring the live stream tonight, the Nelsonville-York live stream presented by McFadden Insurance, Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, Qdoba, and the Lodge at Hocking College. A huge thank you to each and every one of our sponsors over on the live stream and on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ for our Rocky Outdoor Gear Store Athens County Game of the Week. Tad, we got one in the books.
Yep.
Nelsonville-York is 1-0.
start.
Trimble is 0-1. We will be back next Friday night. You won't want to miss it. Be sure to join us.
Belpre at Fed Hawk. Belpre at Fed Hawk next week, I believe, is our schedule. And if that game is even half as entertaining as the Fed Hawk Belpre game was last year, we're in for a heck of a game next week, Daniel.
We should have fun out there at Fed Hawk. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. I'm Daniel Barnard alongside Tad Steinbrink, J.D. Steinbrink, bringing us the stats and our hardworking individuals on the live stream tonight. We all say thank you so much for listening, and we are going to throw it to the postgame show. Ethan Sargent and Eric Landrum on the line for that one up next.
Enjoy your football Friday night, folks.
This has been the Rocky Outdoor